Alright. I'm not actually sure if we just jump back in with being Phoenix. Or if... Technically no, but it's not regular black tea actually. It's a flavored tea. I don't particularly care for the flavor or something, but we have it, and it won't go away at all, and I'd rather not waste it. Like, it tastes fine, but... What specifically is it? It's like something tangerine. It's something with a citrus accent to it. I put honey in it, because why wouldn't you? Oh, fuck, okay. February 9th, 3:43 a.m. Hottie Clinic Intensive Care Unit. I mean, is there any other kind of care at the goddamn Hottie Clinic? I'm still up at this hour, reading through the trial record of a certain case. I have grown to realize that I don't need to mess with you guys. So, I will... Where are you? Oh, there we go. Ah, an account created 1 hour ago. That seems very legit. Okay. It's the first case my mentor, Mia Fey, had ever handled in a court of law. The horrifying truth that I refuse to accept is holding me hostage here within its pages. Dahlia Hawthorne. What I have read, I don't want to believe. What is written here, this isn't the Dahlia I knew. After falling into Eagle River, I was somehow miraculously saved. But I ended up catching a cold that seemed to knock me around the world and back. Phoenix, what are you? That you could fall 40 feet into a freezing river in February, and the only thing you get from it is a cold? I feel dizzy, my ears are ringing, my throat burns, and my head is on fire. But I will recover. I have to recover by this afternoon. I have to meet with the most ill-tempered witness imaginable. But I know that he would be able to help me with him. Somehow. I arrived at Toast Fighter Marvel vs. Captain getting ready to be beaten down. February 9th, 2:43 p.m. Dusky Bridge. Right. Are you sure you're well enough to be doing this? You still look a little green in the face. Or maybe Viridian in artist speak. Actually, my fever has gone down quite a bit. It's only 104 degrees. How is your temperature now? Only 102.2 degrees. Nothing to worry about. Actually, Phoenix, that is still pretty severe. He's right. I most carried a torch from the excellent job my torch did for me. I must carry the torch. But is it his torch? He seems pretty distracted with ladies right now. Look, maybe this is just a quarter life discovering himself crisis. He's having, a straight panic moment, I guess? That's dragged to hospital kicking and screaming temperature. Nothing to worry about. Anyway, I read today's trial record. You weren't bad, Edgeworth. Pretty impressive, by circumstances. We're not in the clear yet. The main point of contention tomorrow is going to be the murder weapon. Yeah. In the end, the Shichishito did not deliver the deadly blow, which means there must be another sword hiding out there that we don't know about. That's bad, but also things like the luring with amnesia in court, so this is true. Also, like, it doesn't need to be a freaking sword, you know, Edgeworth. Well, I guess the way it's described, if we believe Bikini, it was a sword of some kind. Another sword, huh?
Hey, don't you worry about a thing, pal. I'll dig up the murder weapon myself, or I'll eat my coat.
Thanks again, Edgeworth. I'll handle things from here. That is probably for the best. Look at Edgeworth being all coy right now. Actually, I was thinking about paying the old precinct a little visit. There's something I want to look into. And that is? Our client's background, naturally.
You mean Iris, sir?
I have the feeling that we've met before. All I want is confirmation, one way or the other. And since I probably won't be getting that from you... I'm sorry, Edgeworth. I bid you adieu, right? Take care.
Guess I should get moving, too.
Why? Do you need to be somewhere?
Yeah, I've got to get to work on this bridge, pal. I'm rigging something up so we can get across to the other side.
Okay. 1. Thank you for doing that, Gumshoe. 2. Why the fuck is this Gumshoe's job? I mean, it's because who else do we have a character model for that could reasonably do this? Guys, is there even any bit characters that they could have reasonably do this? Probably not, right? Like, most of them are not really handy. I mean, Maggie's probably worked in a building field at some point, and then she lost a job, but yeah, I think we know that Gumshoe is a little bit handy, because, I mean, with his salary, he needs to be. Ugh, that's right. Maya's still stuck over at that inner temple.
Hey, but don't you worry, pal. As soon as it's all set, you'll be the first to know.
So, thank you, Gumshoe.
Hey, no problem, pal. Just trying to give me that cough of yours, okay? All right, I'm off.
Hang in there, Maya. We'll get you out. I promise. But in the meantime, I've got to continue collecting evidence. Look at the form of our destroyer. I don't even think they've actually shown us the... Like, I think it's come up... It came up in the... Mia case? Ah, whatever. Let's look around. Not sure if we'll get much new from this, but... There's a narrow path going off in a different direction than that of the main hall. Looks like someone's taken the effort to write "to Heavenly Hall" on the signpost. That thing looks like it's ready to collapse. At least more than it did before. According to Bikini, Eagle Mountain is very prone to earthquakes. Which reminds me, if my memory serves me correctly, Edgeworth isn't exactly a fan of earthquakes. Now it really is more of a dusty bridge than a dusky bridge. That kidnapping incident happened here 11 years ago, so maybe it's cursed, too. I mean, what kidnapping? You mean the fake kidnapping fiend? I mean, I guess it's considered a kidnapping one, though. Because when Terry Falls killed himself, that probably left that entire courtroom thing undone, so it didn't undo the fact that that was a fake staged kidnapping. Hazakura Temple doesn't have a single private phone line, and there aren't any houses in the area, so I guess Bikini is the only one who uses this. I really wish I had brought my cell phone with me. It looks like it's about 20 yards to that cliff over there, but I can't see the inner temple from here. I really hope Maya's okay. It is so nice to have Phoenix back. I mean, it is fun being Edgeworth. Although the novelty of that's worn off a little bit, considering he has 2 whole games to himself now. But it's still kind of fun to do it like here. And, you know, tee some funny moments. Psycho locks. Edgeworth is such a dumbass. Okay, move to... let's move to Heavenly Hall, I guess. February 9th, Heavenly Hall. Looks like no one's here. Larry. Loris. Oh, sure he'd be hiding here. Guess I'll try again later. Damn it, Larry. Look at this graffiti. Sprawled right in the front of the shack. At least he managed to get a pretty good likeness. When I really think about it, I guess art kind of suits him. I mean, his very existence is an art of sorts. Yeah, I mean, these are actually not bad. Shockingly, considering. Oh, look at Iris. She's such a cutie. The snow is really piled up on the straw roof. It's otherworldly, like something out of a fairy tale. Well, the roof part anyways. The sign says Heavenly Hall. I guess it's pretty fitting. If you spend a night in this little freezing shack, you'd probably find yourself at the pearly gates by morning. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. That stuff is really ruining the beautiful atmosphere around here. It's so inappropriate. Like Sister Bikini in a bikini. Ugh. Gotta think of the kittens. What? Sure, Phoenix? That was weird. Oh. Ah, stairs. These steps lead up to the foot of Dusky Bridge. Coming down is a cinch, but going back up doesn't look like a walk in the park. Starting to understand why rivers always want to flow downstream, not up. And Phoenix, there's a reason why you usually have someone to talk with, isn't there? This is the famous Eagle River. I got to try out its rough rapids the other night. They say it has a really strong current. And they weren't kidding. It's both powerful and fast-flowing. I was dead lucky. I mean, lucky not to be dead. I don't know, Phoenix. I think you're secretly a badass, apparently. That's Dusky Bridge up there. It's amazing how clearly you can see it from so far away. Larry supposedly saw everything through the shack's window. Not much light gets down here, so it must be pitch black at night. This area was probably illuminated that night because of the burning bridge above. Yeah, probably. Okay. Anything else? No? Oh, here? Okay. Suspension Bridge. Main gate. February 9th. Hazakura Temple, main gate. Well, I think we know who this is, since it's mentioning it. Come on, please. It's for art's sake, I swear. There's only one guy I know who could be this persistent and high-strung. I'm talking about the heroine here. The heroine in my book. It'll make you famous. Enough. I knew there was a reason why I left the whip counter up here. Also, like, I mean, I think Godot just died. I mean, we're waiting for him so long, but yeah, I think he just left off screen permanently. So we'll just leave the whip kind out for now. A fool's fool, fools who foolishly accept the foolishness of a fool's fool. Wouldn't you agree, Phoenix Wright? Uh-huh. Me? Man, Francisca, I've got a fever of 102 degrees. Wait a second. I know you. You're, owl. Your reflexes on the mind need to shape up. My brain's frying like a sunny side up, but you want to grill me over a name? Franzi, you can't do that. Even as we speak, Nick's on the brink of death, or so I'm told. Whip a dead horse. Isn't that one of your American sayings? Wow, I should just leave the whip counter up on my end. No, it's not. I'm not on the brink of anything. Come on, Nick. Tell her, would you? Tell her she needs to model for my new picture book, Franzi's Whippity Whip Trip. God damn it, Larry. Gah. Before you ask me to model, learn to give at least semi-coherent testimony. That'll go poorly, Larry. Yeah, it will. Before that, you'll have to learn how to live a semi-coherent life, Larry. I don't care what anyone says. I'm telling the truth. I saw what I saw. She flew, I'm telling you. Whoosh. Just like that dude with the red underwear. How old is Francisca again? She's 19 or 20. She's around Maya's age. Yeah, 19. No, she's legal. Larry has only ever been sus with Pearl. And that's mostly innocent. Well, I think maybe in one of the... I don't know. Still too young for Larry. I mean, I don't think a 6-year age gap is that bad. I think she's too competent for Larry. Old bag is too young for Larry. This is fair. Anyways, I know they can't, like, say Superman, but come on, Larry. Don't think I'm gonna forgive you guys when you come crawling back to apologize. Old bat, if we're being real. I know, right? That was definitely a Freudian slip right there. Off he goes. It's amazing how little has changed with you in the past year, Phoenix, Wright? Okay, Francisco, before you start whipping me, I'm gonna look around real fast. What the? This must be the gate. This is one impressive gate. Compared to the grandeur of the main gate at the Von Karma estate, it's but a pet door. It looks really idyllic with all that snow on it, don't you think? All that snow? Don't make me laugh. This is but a light dusting of where I come from. Don't make things up just because you think I'll never get to see it for myself. That's one of Phoenix's rare moments of insight that Francisca definitely would just do that. You can see the main hall from here. I wonder how the head nun is holding up. Oh, wow. Is that an inkling of human kindness I sense? Ow! Do you enjoy causing other people pain with that soft tongue of yours? It's nothing compared to the pain you cause with that leathery whip of yours. I mean, Phoenix, you asked for that. How were old Manny's things to read up after he died? Did he already die? Or would he have died after these games? Anyways, I assume it goes to his wife? Because Francisca's probably not a bastard? I mean, honestly, it's kind of weird to think of them having a home because Francisca, like, I don't think she actually stays home that often. She definitely seems like, ever since you beat her, she's just international after that. Like, we see her in the investigation game. She's always on the move. Also, I didn't think she was gonna... Oh, whatever. It's a quaint little bell tower. I never would have thought that something this horrible was about to happen. And Iris rang the lights out bell that night. I'd love to know what that thing was used for on the night of the crime. Ah, still thinking small, I see, Phoenix, right? Or perhaps not at all? That's why you will never defeat me. And if it dies between 1 and 3? Okay. Did that come up already? Maybe it comes up somewhere here. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I don't recall ever losing to you. Bitch. It's time for us to settle this once and for all with one final showdown. Looks like she mentally blocked out my victories over her from her memory. I'm trying to remember if that has already come up in just... Because, I mean, we've been playing this for a little while now. Okay, I think I've done everything now. Okay. Well, first things first, Francisca. Wait. Which of these have we announcing for? Legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma's daughter became a prosecutor in Germany at 13. An old friend. Friend. Said to be #1 at the DA's office. Studies foreign judicial systems now. I mean, yeah, that's because whenever he comes home, he gets immediately inundated with cases. Like, especially if that first investigations game is any indication, I think Miles leaves the country so he can get free time. Alright, well, let's cycle through everything, get dialogue. About this. Yow! I refuse to help you, Phoenix Wright. Should know better than to try. Okay, well, I guess we don't get to do that then. That's fine. Let's just leave the whip counter on nice for now. Oh, what's up with Francisco on camera? Have you been in Germany all this time? That's right. Extending my perfect win record. Naturally. Oh, joy. Sounds like she hasn't changed a bit. Has it really been a year since we first met? I am Francisca von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Francisca was born and raised in Germany. Became a prosecutor at the age of 13. Her father was the legendary prosecutor, Manfred von Karma. Also, he's a murderer. He had a perfect win record for 40 long years. But now, he is gone from this world. Ah, well, I guess this is when it comes up. Well, that answers that question. Don't tell me you still hold a grudge against me because of what happened to your father. Phoenix Wright, you will fall before me. This I promise. But it will be for my sake, not my father's. Are we clear? Yes, Crystal. Did that add friend Manfred to the thing? No, it didn't. Okay, I mean, that's fair. He's not actually relevant anymore. Today's trial. In truth, I was shocked. I came back to America with the intention of defeating you. Instead, it was my little brother who was leading the defense. Edgeworth. Come to think of it, Edgeworth was pulled into being a prosecutor by Manfred von Karma as well. Miles Edgeworth told me something very interesting, you know. He said this case has a special significance to you. Because it does. And that's precisely why I am here. Your personal involvement will make crushing you into tinsy-wincy pieces all the better. It's probably the fever, but she's so openly hostile that it's almost kinda cute. Ow. No smirking. No whipping the sick. That foolish fool, doing such a foolish favor for such a foolishly foolish fool. Edgeworth. Make no mistake, Phoenix Wright. I came here for one thing, and one thing only. To pulverize you. It's not like I thought you were here to bring me some Cold Killer X, you know. Whip. Well, it couldn't have lasted. It was nice while it was there, though. Oh, what happened? Oh, what happened? I went over the whole case file on the flight over. You read the whole thing? Yes. Every last word of every last sentence of every last paragraph. All the ridiculous things you did made it a very interesting read, you know. Attempting to cross a burning bridge. Did you even consider the dangers? No. The only thought in my mind was, I have to get across. A fool who doesn't think is more foolish than a fool who foolishly thinks. Gumshoe said he'd let me know once the bridge was repaired. Maya, she's got to be okay. I just know it. Plus, I need to ask her about what really happened at the Inner Temple that night. See, I want to talk to her with other things, but I assume that thing earlier, she won't say anything. Okay, I feel like she'll say something about Miles if it's an option. Okay. I'm still gonna count that, but I had to say. I'm pretty sure, though, that that's just one of those things. They're like, no, you don't get any extra dialogue with her. Main hall. Which, on one hand, is kind of a shame. On the other hand, Francisca definitely does seem like the kind of character who doesn't want to deal with that, so. February 9th, Hazakura Temple, Main Hall. That was one long sigh. Sister Bikini? My, I didn't know you were here. How are you doing? Ma. I mistook that Magatama as a Korra. You know what? I can see it. I also think that might be a trauma response. You don't have to pretend to be in a good mood for my sake. I suppose I've made a terrible mess of things, haven't I? I let Mystic Elise die, and then there's Iris as well. Mystic Elise? Now that I think about it, There's an acolyte stuck at the inner temple, and that poor little girl has gone missing, too. That little girl? You don't mean Pearls, do you? Yes, I'm afraid I do. She hasn't been seen since the morning after the incident. I'm pretty sure she's dead now. Pearls? She's missing? Why didn't anyone tell me about this? But the writing on these sliding doors are instructions for spirit channeling. Kind of like how we scribbled math formulas on the bathroom walls to remember them. Except we couldn't go to the bathroom during tests, and I can't read these walls. I've only seen a layout like this when I saw this really old Japanese movie on TV. Wow, this hibachi brazier really puts out a lot of heat. Just think about how happy we were, sitting here eating pot roast and gravy. Oh, that's all the same, okay. It's a stack of straw zabuton cushions. Maya told me this type of zabuton is called Enza. I suppose if I'd never come here, I'd have missed out on all these new things. Oh. It's an altar. Looks a bit old, but someone does a good job taking care of it. Speaking of altars, I remember seeing one like this in Karain Village last year. I guess they really do have something to do with spiritual power after all. There's a laughably large Magatama on the altar. I can see Cyclops with the tiny Magatama I've got. I can only imagine what kind of power this bad boy has under his hood. I mean, it might kill whoever tries to fill it up, Phoenix. You ever think about that? Okay, I don't think... Well, there were a couple slight differences there, but... I didn't present stuff to you as Phoenix. I was wondering about this. Let me see. Well, as you may know, in order to see reality for what it truly is, we strive to break our attachments to much of the transient material realm. I guess you could call me an immaterial girl. I'm guessing she makes an exception for fine dining. About this picture? Oh, that old thing. I always turned those prototypes away in the past, but Iris was so insistent this time. Iris? Oh, yes. Iris loves to be the center of attention, you know. Really? I find that kinda hard to believe. Okay. Oh, well. Look what you found. That's the master of the Korean channeling technique, Mystic Misty Faye. So this woman is Maya's mother, huh? It's been nearly 20 years since Mystic Misty disappeared. Apparently, she intended to pass the torch on to her daughter. Her daughter? Don't you know who her daughter is? Well,
I myself am part of a branch family of the Fae.
Oh my god. Ooh, why'd I do this to you, me with your voice, Bikini? Alright, good. Tea has reached consumable temperatures. This was important.
Well, I myself am part of a branch family of the Fae clan, but even I am not privy to that kind of information when it concerns the main family.
Bikini doesn't seem to know Maya's standing within the Fae family. Which is actually slight considering, but we'll get there, I guess. No, not knowing that.
Well, that's a demon warden god. Acolytes are highly susceptible to possession by evil spirits, you know. That's why we always wear these for protection.
Iris gave this to me on the night of the murder, but then I went and fell into the river and got this nasty fever. I thought maybe if I were to wear this hood, it'd make my fever go down faster.
I don't think so. Cold and spirit power have nothing to do with each other, you dumbass.
Way to crush a man's hope. Think about the weather data.
Maybe my eyes were playing tricks on me. I mean, Iris could never do such a wicked thing.
But they proved it in court today, didn't they? That this sword wasn't the murder weapon.
That's what they were saying, yes.
The problem is, I saw it too. I'm sure that what I saw was this blade stabbed into Miss Donim's body.
Ah, it's Mr. Galice's staff. The crystal sphere really is missing from it.
But the sphere was found near Dusky Bridge, right?
Yes, even though I'm sure Mr. Galice was in Asakura Temple that entire evening.
Alright, autopsy report won't say anything. Didn't think so. Their testimony. Nothing about that. About this photograph.
Oh, yes, those are our snowmobile's tracks, all right. I'd know them anywhere.
But there's only one set, which means the rider went out while it was still snowing and came back after it had stopped. That's really the only logical explanation, I suppose. Nothing about that.
Honestly, it's like the end of the world.
It's not a good thing, that's for sure.
Do you think people have the gall to call this kind of scribbling by the name of art?
Huh?
If that's the sort of standard you need for the arts these days, I could be a pop diva.
Sure. But what about the contents of the picture? What do you make of that?
It's definitely the end of the world.
Oh my goodness, okay. Crystal sphere.
This crystal sphere, it's not from a demon wooden hood, but I would guess it serves a similar purpose.
If it's not from a hood, then I guess it really is from Miss Donim's staff.
Look at the blood on it. Oh, poor Mr. Galice.
Alright, and then, oh my goodness, we have all these, okay.
She's a very important visitor, you know, an honored acolyte.
She is? Do you know her or something?
The Fae name is synonymous with the Karain channeling technique. Therefore, she must be a spirit medium of great power indeed.
Looks like Bikini is in the dark. She doesn't seem to know that Maya is the daughter of the Master of Karain. Wondering about this. No, you won't know about that, which is fine.
Oh dear, I wonder where on earth this little girl has wandered off to. She's nowhere near the main hall, that's for sure.
First I lost Maya, and now Pearls. How much more pain is this case going to cause me? Ugh. Not to mention, this fever is giving me a killer migraine. I wouldn't know about Godot, but we can ask about it. He seems to know me somehow. Shrouded Mystery. He's also not even here. Like, why do we... We should just get rid of this profile. Godot doesn't matter. He's not going to be relevant at all. He's missing. Gosh, I'm going to say anything with Dick Gumshoe. Oh, well.
It's all my fault, isn't it? It's all my achy back's fault. My achy breaky back. Now Mr. Galice is dead, and an acolyte is trapped inside the inner temple. The poor little girl is missing too.
Missing? I hope that's all it is.
Oh dear. I've got to train to withstand more pain, don't I? How could I ever make up for this?
Make up for what?
For allowing harm to come to such an important person.
So I was right. Miss Snowden wasn't just any old visitor here.
Please tell me, what's going to happen to poor Iris? If she was to be found guilty, well, I wouldn't accept it.
But your testimony, Sister Bikini.
I can't help my testimony. I saw what I saw. It's up to a pro lawyer like you to deal with problems like that.
I mean, I appreciate your trust in me. I don't know if pro lawyer might be a strong wording for it.
What a disgraceful young man.
You finally seen through him, huh?
How could he sit there and claim he really saw what he drew in that picture? Although, the portrait he did of me was rather flattering, I must say.
Still, it's not like Larry to make something up that might get a woman he likes in trouble. There's more to that sketch of his than meets the eye, I'm sure of it. It's a transformer? Brr, brr, brr. I don't think. Oh.
You certainly have some unusual friends, don't you, Mr. Wright? Ho, ho, ho.
Friends?
That fancy painter is one thing, but whipping the judge is just bad form.
Well, do you think you could go drill that into her head for me, please?
You must be very happy to have such a fine mentor.
A mentor? No, he's just a friend.
Oh, you naughty devil. Always a joker, aren't you? Oh, oh, oh. Ah, he seems like a lovely young man. Like the kind you can always count on.
Yeah. It's kind of depressing how much faith she has in him. And not in me. I mean, things you haven't given her much to go off of, so. Oh, right. I must never do this voice I've done for Bikini again. It was unilaterally a mistake. Iris.
I must be getting old. I think I've seriously lost faith in myself.
Are you talking about your performance at the trial today?
You believe me, don't you? I'm not a liar. I would never lie. I know what I saw. I saw Iris pull that sword from Mystic Elise's body that night. I'm certain of it.
Oh, so this isn't your next Saturday game character voice? Damn.
I'm certain of it. At least I was until this morning.
I don't even do hard voices anymore for games. I've become very lazy on that front. I guess one of my next characters is a cutie fly. But I feel like if I was going to do that, I'd go like high-pitched and like a little bug voice, something like that. I'm cutie fly. I do cutie fly. I don't know. I don't see any psych locks, so... My goodness. I don't see any psych locks, so she must be telling the truth. So why are you so unsure of yourself all of a sudden?
You know that artist who testified after me.
I saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. I felt like I might start flying myself.
When I saw that man testify so vividly about something so impossible, I started to wonder if I had acted just like him when I was on the witness stand.
I wouldn't take that guy too seriously. He's an artist, but all he draws is trouble and nothing else. If both Bikini and Larry are telling the truth, that can only mean one thing. They both didn't see what they think they saw. Okay. Inner Temple. On the night of the incident, you met Iris at the Inner Temple, is that correct?
That's right, I'm sure it was Iris.
But Iris claims she was in her room in Hasakura Temple.
I knew I shouldn't have come back here that night.
But because you did, Maya is stuck all by herself at the inner temple.
I'm so sorry. The drafts in that place are nothing to shake a stick at. Winter is especially bad.
I'll bet. The training hall looks like it's about to fall down any second.
Eagle Mountain has always been prone to earthquakes, just so you know.
Earthquakes?
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if the next big one levels the training hall.
We've got to get Maya out of there. Fast.
But still, there's really no need to worry. That area on the other side of Dusky Bridge is isolated like an island.
It's like an island? How so?
Well, the only thing on that side of the bridge is the inner temple. No one lives out there, and it's surrounded on all sides by the river or the forest.
I see.
So a criminal would be trapped should they choose to flee in that direction. And as long as the bridge is out of commission, he or she will have to stay there.
That means Maya could be stuck out there with a murderer, and with no way of escape either.
Oh dear, yes, I suppose it does.
Please, Gumshoe, get that bridge up faster. Phoenix, I know you're worried. Do not have Gumshoe hurry to do something to help you traverse a 40-foot drop. Let him take the time he needs. We've all been there, and we know what happens if you're doing any kind of skill challenge or something like that, and people don't roll terribly well, and you rush. Last time Gumshoe hurried, he was in a multi-car accident. Ooh, yeah, this is very true. And that was to try to save Maya as well, so it's a doubly accurate precedent. At least Donim. I'm curious about a few things, if you don't mind answering some questions.
Oh, do you need to know my measurements for your investigation or something?
No. I want to know a little more about the victim, Miss Elise Donim.
I'm afraid I don't know her waist size, or her bust size for that matter.
No. I'm wondering why she came to stay in a place like this to begin with. I mean, she told us herself that she wasn't here for spiritual training.
My. You make it sound like this place is some sort of dump, Mr. Wright. Mr. Galeese was here to soak up the natural beauty of Eagle Mountain, if you must know.
There. You did it again. Sister Bikini, I noticed you always refer to Miss Donim as Mystic Elise.
Oh,
Yes. Now, why is that? After all, she's not here as an acolyte.
we address all our visitors as Mystic. It makes their experience feel authentic. And anyway, she's older than me. You must respect your elders, you know.
How do you know that? How can you say for sure that she's older than you? Well. 5 Cyclocks. I see this is serious. Seems Miss Elise Donim was no ordinary visitor after all. And there's Pearl. She was with Miss Donim on the evening of the murder, and now she's vanished. It's all gotta be connected somehow. Why did Pearls have to get mixed up in this mess?
Please, Mr. Wright, I know you're worried, but try to keep it together.
Oh man. My head's throbbing so bad it's killing me. Pearls. She was with Miss Donim on the night of the murder, remember?
Yes, but I have a temple to run, you know. I was busy preparing for the training. I didn't see the little darling even once after we'd finished eating dinner.
The murder didn't take place right in front of her innocent eyes, did it? Oh, Phoenix. Honestly, the way he gets attached to Pearl, it's no wonder that they're like, you know what? I mean, they kind of nuke a lot of his character anyways between this and the next trilogy. But, like, shipping him aside, he definitely hits that, like, ace protagonist level where, like, a lot of times it's like, they don't need to really be interested in romance. But, you know what we want them to be interested in? Having children to look after. Because what is more sympathetic than that?
According to the detective, she hasn't turned up at her home either.
Come on, keep calm. There's one place left where Pearls could be. She just has to be there. Come on, Gumshoe. Tell me you'll be done with the repair soon. Okay, well, I did everything here. I guess we'll go to the courtyard. February 9th, Hazakura Temple, courtyard. This is where Sister Bikini witnessed the incident. It's hard to imagine she was lying on the stand, so maybe there are some clues that have yet to be found. There are a few of these stone lanterns scattered around in this courtyard. Without the city glare to compete with, I imagine they would seem a lot brighter. I guess Sister Bikini must light them now since Iris can't be here. Miss Donim's staff. I definitely remember there being a crystal sphere attached to the staff. I guess Larry eventually found the sphere near the foot of Dusky Bridge, but what was it doing all the way out there? The Shijishito. It's there in Mystic Ami's right hand, but it was proven in court today that it wasn't the murder weapon. Given the design, it must have been used for some pretty gruesome things in the past. See, Edgeworth overlooked this. The main gate's on the other side of that stone wall. Niven's elevation is almost 10 feet. That's how steep this hillside is. That's also the height the body fell from, according to the autopsy. Is it possible that Miss Donin was pushed from the top of the wall? No, he didn't mention the obvious stepladder. Phoenix, you coward. Oh, no clues here. I misclicked on that. They get quite a bit of snow up here on Eagle Mountain. Around here, skis aren't just for fun. They're tools for getting around. But the sled... Now that's gotta be for Bikini's own personal entertainment. That building up there is the main hall. It was where we were staying. It's kind of funny because it was built on a very steep slope. If you enter from the main gate side, these rooms above me are on the ground floor. Apparently, Miss Donin was staying in the corner room. I guess that's where she was pushed from that night. Oh my goodness, cheap viewers. Is that everything? There's something about more clues, but I don't think there's more clues. This aggressive bird tweeting noise when nothing's happening. Alright. Ah. I'm gonna guess this is Gumshoe. Hey!
What was that jarring, inconsiderately loud yell?
So this is where you've been, keeping nice and warm, I see.
Detective, have you finished repair?
The bridge? Yeah, I did. I told you I'd let you know.
Well, then I'll come along with you and...
Sorry, ma'am. No unauthorized entry. Access is restricted to people involved in the case.
I mean, she's a person involved in the case.
What was that? I'm involved, aren't I? You couldn't get much more involved than me.
Well, yeah, but that's not what I mean. Ah.
It's been a while, Scruffy. Okay, I believe that was 2 whips. 72, 73.
It's Miss Von Kerma.
And Gumshoe died. Sister, please leave the investigation to me. That was either 3 or 4. I only counted 3. I might have missed the 4th one, but I think it was only 3. 76. So let me move this a little bit to the side. Okay.
My. Well, you certainly seem to have everything under control.
I am on your side. I won't do anything you don't want me to. As you work to pin the guilt on Iris. What are you daydreaming about, Phoenix Wright? Jesus Christ, Francisca. Like, man, if she had whipped like this in the second game, the whip counter would have crushed the objections counter. Admittedly, she's not in as much of this game, so they kind of, she has to increase the frequency of the whips to make up for that. Ooh. Ow! That hurts, Silence. I, Franziska von Karma, will personally guide you through your investigation. 79. That's not really nice. So you will follow me? She's not seriously going to follow me around, is she? And we'll go to the Inner Temple Gate. February 9th, Inner Temple Gate. Things have certainly become a lot more hectic than before. They must have commenced with the investigation. Is it?
Oh, Mr. Nick.
That voice. It's Pearl. She somehow hasn't died. Pearls.
Mr. Nick. Mr. Nick.
So you were here. Ever since that night.
I was so lonely. I thought I was going to die. When I woke up in the morning and saw that dusky bridge was gone, I realized I was all alone.
She was all alone? It must have been very trying for you, little girl.
Ah, you're...
I am Franziska von Karma, the prodigy. There's no need to worry now that I'm here.
You're the prosecutor who was so mean to Mystic Maya last year.
Well...
I don't like you. You're nothing but a little girl without your whip.
Oh shit. Pearl versus Franziska von Karma. I think I might have my money on the 9-year-old.
Mystic Maya didn't do anything wrong, but you were so mean. I'll never forgive you.
Looks like Pearl's words are getting under her skin. Ow! Why are you whipping me? I didn't even say anything. It's because Franziska knows to pick her battles. You're not gonna hurt her. Pearl's gonna kick her ass. You didn't have to. The smile on your lips give you away. Ugh, anyway, Pearls? Weren't you with Maya?
I'm sorry. It's all my fault.
Huh? What are you talking about, Pearls?
Mystic Maya.
Hey, wait, Pearls? She just ran off. Ow. That was cruel, Phoenix Wright. To make a little girl cry like that is inexcusable. What was that all about? Pearl's acting like that. It's giving me the creeps. I guess I'd better take another look around since I finally got a chance. Especially since something about this place seems different from 2 days ago. Alright. Whip count up to 81. My goodness. Phoenix Wright. What? Would you stop calling me by my full name like that? Was this once a prosperous port? A port? Yes, that metal hook is a mooring post for boats, you know. Oh, that. You dumb bitch. That's an anchor for one of the wires that is used to hold up the bridge. I think the wire that was tied to this one probably snapped when the bridge burned down. I mean, there's no way there was ever a port all the way up here. Don't get smart with me, Phoenix Wright.
But I didn't say anything.
This whip counter is going crazy. Like, obviously, if I kept the objection counter going for all 3 games, we would be looking at, like, I don't know, like 500 something. But currently, we're whips in a Belmont family reunion. Oh, ain't that the truth. If I kept it going, though, it would be at 245 right now, so it's above the objection counter. But that's between two games, which is not a fair comparison, but... You can see Dusky Bridge from here. It's an unusually long bridge, isn't it? I would say it's about 20 yards. I guess the gorge is too wide to cross with a piece of rope or wire, huh? Therefore, no one has crossed the gorge in either direction since the night of the murder. A simple yet sound deduction, wouldn't you say, Phoenix Wright? I don't know. I don't deduce things. That's Edgeworth's job. Look at all the Buddha statues lined up along this path. Phoenix Wright, do you think this is how many siblings the head nun has? Why don't you ask her the next time you see her? You know what? I think I will. She'll probably slap you for prying into her private affairs. You know, it's funny. I think we're seeing a little bit here. I think Francisca feels free to act a little bit dumb with Phoenix sometimes. Because, like, she's still prickly and stuff, but it's not like with Edgeworth, where she's actively threatened by his intelligence. It's just she wants to beat Phoenix and somehow hasn't. There's a weird smell coming from that incinerator. The door is also open, almost like it's begging me to look inside. Well, well, let's see what stunning clue is concealed in here, shall we? She's emitting younger, smarter sibling energy. Yeah. But of course, sometimes when you're the younger sibling, you just don't know things and you have the wrong assumption because you're too young to know better. Or in her case, too foreign to know better, so. Huh? It's empty. How naive of you, Phoenix Wright? But it's a bit strange, don't you think? Francisco von Karma? I seem to remember. There was snow in this incinerator the first time I saw it. In other words, someone's been using it to burn something recently. Listen, Phoenix Wright. It's impertinent to call people by their full name. I was only copying you. Although, as I always like to say, I've never claimed not to be a hypocrite. The sign says Inner Temple. I don't know how you're reading it, but it's incomprehensible to me. Actually, I can't read it either. Feigning comprehension isn't a very good habit to have, Phoenix Wright. She looks really happy to finally caught me on something. I don't know. It's kind of fun to have Francisca tagging along. There's a little gate that leads into the garden. It says no entry on the sign, though. Come now, Phoenix Wright. What are you doing? Let's go in. It's half open anyway. What harm could come of it? But it says no entry. Don't you Americans enjoy doing whatever you like and then simply say whatever? You know what? This is not the right climate to touch that. We're just going to leave that statement right there. That's got nothing to do with anything. And who told you that? Also, who told you that for Japanese? Maybe that's like a completely different exchange in the original before they localized it. This must be the door that leads to the inner temple, where Maya favors training on the night of the murder. Yes, there's a solitary room there called the training hall. You could do with some training yourself, Phoenix Wright. Yow! You're completely out of shape. I don't know how much more of this woman I can take. Also, bitch, what do you mean out of shape? He survived a 40-foot fall into a freezing cold river. And he's marching around in the cold with a 102-degree fever. That's like halfway between regular temperature and death. Like, I think it's at like, Obviously, if you're doing not for when it's like regular temperatures, I'm okay going from Celsius and back. It's kind of a pain when you get to like points for that. Although I guess if we just do 102, that is why am I 102? That goes to 70, and then you do 5/9. Mm, 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 mm. 39 something? You break 108, you better be in the hospital, you're probably gonna die. Yeah, that has to be. Actually, I think it is like 39. Exactly, almost. Yeah, and then you consider most people, like they say it's 98.6 Fahrenheit. I think most people run a little bit colder than that, anyways. So he's about halfway there. Have I looked at everything already? Actually, wait, 102.2 is exactly, isn't it? Because every 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit is a degree Celsius, and 40 degrees is just 104. So they just made him a nice even 39 degrees. Of course. Okay. I was over so much of mental math. Like you can do it like properly or something like that, but usually it's just better to do like cheating things, figure it out. Okay. I think I have done everything now, so all right. Training hall. February 9th. Inner Temple. Training hall. Okay. Who said an actual physical cyclock could be used to what the hell? Oh, I guess that's beef stew that is on the painting on the wall. Or, well, it's pot roast and gravy, right? So that's probably gravy. February 9th, Inner Temple Training Hall. What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? Maya, she was supposed to be in here training. Yet it appears she's nowhere to be seen. What's that? That strange lock. It wasn't there 2 days ago. This whole room is really giving off some strange vibes. It's an antique dresser. Don't you dare open it, Phoenix Wright. Now I know how Maya feels when I tell her not to touch things. Oh, what a pity. It's full of nothing but old clothes for the acolytes. I thought we weren't opening it. I'm from the prosecutor's office. I can do anything. This right here sums up so much of how the prosecution is when you're the defense attorney in these games. As we've seen, in investigations, that's not the case because then you're the protagonist and it's like someone else's like Interpol, or they actually do a better case of it in the second game of that, where it's like the higher up prosecutorial organization. Yeah, you can do anything except stand up to a 9-year-old girl. Damn, Phoenix. Look at those wafer-thin mattresses. I'm sorry, Phoenix Wright. A wafer-thin? I guess wafer-thin? Yeah, you know, thin like a wafer. In other words, uncomfortable. That's how we describe things like these mattresses. I guess you must say wafer thick or something back in Germany? Not about these mattresses, certainly not. That was weird. I can't look at this, but I can look at this. What do you think this yellowish poster is, Phoenix Wright? It's a scroll, not a poster. It's a picture of a woman who's actually A woman? I don't see any woman here. I think I see a foot. I hear you Americans are really into feet. Actually, I hear you Germans are more into it than we are. Well, fair enough. There's a different atmosphere in this room since the last time I was here. No, it's not a different atmosphere. It's a different smell. It's gravy. What's the matter? This scroll. It's been completely covered in gravy. Ah, yes. There is a very appetizing smell in the air. But gravy is a type of sauce. So when you run out of paint, you Americans use gravy as a substitute, I see. Okay, in fairness, I've seen how some people eat stuff with gravy, though. This is not as inaccurate a statement as I wish it was. This reminds me of an awful gravy fact. Oh. Well, you can tell me about it. Because you've already been reminded, so you've already received the psychic damage. I will share the burden. No, no one does that. For starters, it stinks. This must be the gravy that we had with the roast on the night of the incident. But why would anyone do this? Why this scroll? Hanging scroll updated. Touch to see before and after view under the check screen. Mr. V's image is obscured by gravy. Which I guess this was like miso or something in the original. Behold the different images. During World War II, nylon was in short supply, so there was an actual effort by the US government to conserve it. I am alarmed by how this relates to gravy. This scroll shows a picture of Misty Faye, master of the crane channeling technique. But why would anyone cover it in gravy? I can't make out what's drawn on this scroll at all. I'll never understand Americans and your so-called artists. Artists? Yeah? Alright, well, I guess we gotta look at this place. This door. When I was here 2 days ago, that weird lock wasn't on it. Those chains. It's almost as if they're guarding something inside that cavern. I've never seen a lock quite like this before. I have. I've seen locks and chains just like this before. They look just like the ones that guard a person's secrets during a psych lock. I wonder if this lock is guarding something too. Stockings are made of nylon, but, well, it being World War II, people still wanted to look good. So an actual suggestion made during World War II by the government was to not buy stockings and paint legs with gravy? Oh. Now, admittedly, I would say there's probably a solid 5% of American guys where that would actually work really well for them. But no. Thank you, Tasting History. Dark secrets in a dark cavern. A mysterious voice says, "What took you so long?" Why do I feel like this is not... This doesn't sound like Maya right away? Ah, I was Godot. What took you so long? I thought even you'd manage to get here faster than this, Mr. Wright. Prosecutor Godot? I didn't know you were here. A prosecutor? How come you didn't show up at the trial today? Huh? I could ask you this exact same question. Huh? But I had a cold, so... I had something slightly more important than a common cold to deal with. Oh, God. Oh, no. Okay. I had something slightly more important than a common cold to deal with. The importance of which is something you have no hope of ever understanding. Enough! I believe I have the measure of you. You are the very worst kind of prosecutor. What could be more important than a trial? Man, Godot, you really would say that too. So, this is taking me a second, because I'm not built to do Godot and Francisca back to back. Who's the wild mare, right? This is Miss Von Karma. She was the acting prosecutor in your absence today. Ha! Well, I guess I owe you one then. But you can go now, princess. It is time for the big boys to take the reins. Just who do you think you are? This case is mine. Hey, fillet. Know your role and shut your mouth. I can't stand women like you. Oh boy, what does this gross sexism remind us of? I'm only going to say this once, Lady von Wippenberg. Go home. Phoenix Wright. Oh, so that was 2 more whips. What are you hitting me for? Hit him! Ha! You deserve more cracks of the whip than that, right? What? You still don't get it, do you? You don't realize that you've set something in motion that you'll never be able to undo. Something different about Godot today. I'm getting such a strong sense of something from behind that mask of his. Is it anger or is it sorrow? Oh man, okay. Oh boy, I don't really want to. Okay, maybe he won't. He probably won't actually accept stuff from us, right? Godot, would you mind taking a look at this? My eyes have a date with the horizon. They are flirting with the girls. I don't have any intention of aiding a defense attorney like you tried. But you must help him, even just a little. Look who's talking. I had no idea such a smooth refusal could make me so angry. Okay. This is probably... Do you say anything to this? Okay. Anything about this? Okay, I'm pretty sure that's just everything here. We'll talk then. Why didn't you show? You had some important business and that's why you weren't in court, huh? So what was it? I've told you once before, but perhaps you don't remember. I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. I can't. I've completely lost it. Francisca has ruined me for this. You see, that's right. I've experienced something most have not. Death. You died? Of course. Being extradited from hell is a tedious affair. The meticulous regeneration and adjustment of all your internal organs is, well, let's just say modern medicine allows us all to live to a ripe old age. Even someone like me. So, you mean that mask you wear is this ugly device? I promise it's not a fashion statement, my unenlightened friend. Without this, I can't see your frequently dumbfounded face. I didn't know. My eyesight is pretty messed up, even with these huge goggles on my head. I still can't see everything. Still, I keep this worn-out piece of junk of a body going with regular servicing. I'm sorry, but you say you experienced death. How is that possible? What happened? Why don't you ask him? Huh? Me? Yeah, that's right. You. You should know all about it. You know when my life ended, and who ended it for me. Well, Phoenix, right? Do you? I don't know what he's talking about. Phoenix, you were just reading the case. In fairness, I'm sure the case notes did not capture what Diego was like. Like, there's no way he's going to connect that with... He's not going to connect that with Godot. And then the second time, it wasn't like Phoenix couldn't have seen him there because the thing Mia was catching Dahlia on was, well... Although, to be honest, I do feel a little tug at the corner of my memory. I think I do know about how Godot was killed. It will all become clear in due time. Isn't that right? Right. Can't undo. Earlier, you said I've done something I can never undo. What did you mean by that, exactly? The inner temple here on this side of Dusk Bridge is an isolated island. That's what Sister Bikini said, too. And I wonder, Wright, do you know what the police are doing here today? What do you mean? They're searching for any trace of an acolyte who went missing. Missing? As a leader of this search party, I can tell you this with absolute certainty. Maya Fey is not on this side of Dusky Bridge. Huh? But that's impossible. She came here that night and... I won't say it again. The chances of her being here are nil. Excluding, of course, one very unique place. One? Where is that? Is the sacred cavern, the entrance of which we are standing at right now. This is the only place that the search party has yet to explore. So they haven't searched that cavern yet, huh? Yeah, because it has a giant freaking lock on the door. Be aware, though, is that the temperature inside frequently falls below freezing. Even if she were in there, the chances of her being found alive are slim at best. No, which means, Trite, that you sent Maya Fey to her death. You fool! If that's the situation, why aren't you in there with a search party right now? God damn it. You must have blinders on, my equestrian angel. Don't you see the big lock and chains? It's a trick lock. I'm making preparations to open it as we speak. Well, right. Once again, a woman dies because of you. Once again? What are you talking about? Don't tell me you've forgotten. It was only 2 years ago, after all, when the last unfortunate woman died because of you. Because of me? And do you know who that was? It was Maya Fey's sister. That's right, Mia Fey. Mia? You killed her. No, that's not how it was. Oh wow, Mia Fey and Tricklock, okay. It was 2 years ago. Mia Fey was pursuing someone, a man. But she bit off more than she could chew. She met a very dangerous enemy. Yeah, that's one case I'll never forget. But I got that guy, personally. Sure. Miss Fey's murderer was caught. But that won't bring her back. Well, no, but you were with her at the time. You and no one else. It was your responsibility. You should have protected her. You say Mia Fey was your teacher. Well then, I'd say you've learned nothing, right? You robbed her of her life, and now you let her sister suffer the same fate. I haven't sentenced Maya to death. No. Phoenix. Maya was there first. Goto. Silly tried. Women are not people. Oh, God. He has a little bit of that, though. You know? And he only cares about Mia because that was his woman. What is this peculiar-looking lock? Why don't we just break it open? It would be a simple matter of... I'm afraid we can't do that. This area has always been prone to earthquakes. The repeated tremors have weakened the foundations of the training hall. Any excessive force used to break the lock open would... Well, let's just say the inner temple and the sacred cavern would be a thing of the past. Very well. Then dare I suggest the... God damn me. And my inability to do good German or French accents. Very well. Then dare I suggest the obvious solution of opening it with the key? Ha! So, just show me where the keyhole is on this trick lock. There's no keyhole? That's right. An interesting puzzle, huh? The person who set this lock is the only one who can open it. Then who was it? Simple. The accused. What? Iris? Oh, when an acolyte undergoes training inside the sacred cavern, the attending sister is responsible for locking the entrance. Obviously, the night of the murder was no exception. Maya Fey was to train in there. Sister Bikini did mention it a number of times now that I think about it. She said that Iris was left in charge of supervising the early stages of the training. So Iris, is the accused, is the only one who can open this lock. I've arranged for her to be brought here now. Iris is the only person who can open this lock? I hope she gets here soon. Hang on in there, Maya. We'll get you out. So, I should be getting back to work. Wait, Godot? How sure about Maya are you? There's no doubt in my mind. She's in the sacred cavern somewhere. It's the only place she could be. You'd better start praying. You'd better pray that friend of yours brings the accused back here soon. Edgeworth? Listen up, Wright. There's only one thing I want to say to you before I go. I'll never accept you. Never. Stupid Godot. I only need Edgeworth to accept me anyways. You should choose your friends more carefully, Phoenix, right? That's what everyone says. Looks like I don't have much of a choice. I guess I'll just have to do what I can for now. Oh, we've looked at that. I guess we need to find Pearl. Oh man, who's saying this? Larry, maybe? I don't know, should I or shouldn't I? I could see this being few people. I don't know, should I or shouldn't I? Sounds like someone's talking to himself, but where's that coming from? I don't know, should I or shouldn't I? No, it's Gumshoe. I don't know, should I or shouldn't I? Yeah, I guess I better wash that off. That's what I'll do. No, but I can't do that. I'm a detective. Arg, my brain. This is driving me nuts. Ah. Is something troubling you, Scruffy? Please don't whip me like that all of a sudden, sir. God damn, Francisca. Are you gonna get us to 100 whips before this day is done? I feel like not. I feel like we're wrapping near the end of her being around and whipping people, but... It was merely a simple greeting. A friendly tap on the shoulder. With my whip. With my whip. So what's up, Gumshoe? Is something on your mind?
How did you know, pal?
Perhaps you were trying to decide if you wanted to wash that off or not?
How did you know, sir? Oh yeah, I nearly forgot. You can't go through that little gate there, okay?
You mean the one that says no entry on it?
I, kinda already snuck in there.
Is he trying to be clever or something? So what's behind there, Scruffy?
Huh? A kind of a garden-like garden.
A garden?
Yeah, anyway, it's under investigation right now, so keep out. Well, I'm not telling you. I'm asking you, pal. You got me?
Isn't it normally the other way around?
Well, see you later.
So, shall we adjourn to this garden, Phoenix, right? Of course! What else would we do? I really want to know what Gumshoe is thinking of washing off. Like, I don't know. I just feel like she lets herself go a little bit with Phoenix. It's such a goofy thing, like, just, Gurdon. Oh, look. Someone put Maya's name in what looks like blood. February 9th, Inner Temple Garden. Because as we know, when someone has a name written in blood, that must always be relevant.
There's a
Wow. I don't know why I was saying that was you a gumshoe, Francisca. Jeez. There's a strange feeling in the air. I wonder what it is. Strange feeling? Forget about that. What's that strange writing on the stone lantern?
Ah, what are you doing here, sir? I thought I said you can't come in here.
Don't you know, Scruffy? A warm karma will always show up wherever there is a clue. And there are plenty of clues to be found here.
But...
Oh, Gumshoe, you tried. No clues here. A little lantern, a little statue. It is clearly a quaint little garden. Oh! What is this huge bowl here for?
Oh, I know this one. It's a water bowl, isn't it?
Everything else is completely frozen over, but the ice in this bowl has been broken. That's true. I wonder if this has any impact on the case.
Well, I doused my face earlier with the water in this. I was getting kinda sleepy. Grr.
Next time you're sleepy, you need only come to me. Got it? 88. There's a charm or something poking out from the snow. It looks pretty old. There's a leather cord tied to it, too.
Apparently, it belonged to the victim.
A tu Miss Elistone?
Yeah, it was a broken leather cord around the lady's neck. The ends of the cords found on both the victim and on this charm match exactly.
Do we want to note the fact that this has the same... Nah, whatever, I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Sounds to me like this little trinket is going to be my ticket to getting some very big answers. Crane Master's Talisman. Worn by Elise Donim. Found in the Garden of the Inner Temple. I feel like the name of it is revealing information we don't have right now. Thank you, game. Like, why? Why is it called Self the Crane Master's Talisman? Well, I think we've seen this symbol, though, but I still feel like it's... It shouldn't be telling us this right now. Oh, well, whatever. There are a couple of torches here. I guess you need all the light you can get up here in the mountains.
Yeah, I was looking at those things, pal. Looks like they've been lit pretty recently.
Recently? How recent are we talking about?
As recent as the night of the murder.
I was training here on the night of the murder. It's not unreasonable to think these things were lit up at the time, I guess. What the heck is that?
Uh-oh. You spotted it, huh, pal?
Are you kidding me? It couldn't be more obvious. It says Maya.
Yeah. And before you ask, it's written in blood.
You will answer all of our questions now, Scruffy, without exception.
Yes, sir.
The children's book author stole from the Crane Village. I knew there was more going on with her. Let's count the whip. Was that? Did she whip him once or twice? I'll admit, sometimes I'm not. Yes, it says Maya if it was written by Spider-Man upside down. Because I more heard the whip than saw the whip. I'll just do one for now. Hey, look, a broom. A not relevant broom, okay. Well, this is odd. There's no snow on the ground here, and it's an almost perfect rectangle. It couldn't have happened naturally. Yes, it appears as though someone has carefully cleared away the snow. No doubt it was you, wasn't it, Scruffy?
Huh? No, it wasn't me, sir. It was already like that when my man and I got here to start the investigation.
If it wasn't the police, then who did it?
Oh yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Just between the three of us, okay?
What is it?
It's top secret. You can't tell anyone, got it?
No, that don't. Understood.
Well, when I was a kid, I got knocked out of the local wrestling contest, you see? I was so disappointed, I just picked up my mouthguard and cried all the way home. Man, I got in so much trouble when I left it on the couch.
Is that it?
That's it. Grrg.
Whoever cleared the snow away must have had a reason. Well, I can't even begin to imagine what that reason could be. And whip 91. Oh, Gumshoe. What would the whip counter do without you? I mean, it'd still be pretty high, honestly, but... I just missed it, did I? No? Okay. Do I have anything new to present to you?
That thing must have been worn by the victim. There's no other way of looking at it.
You mean because of the matching leather cord found around the victim's neck?
Yeah, I bet it was one of those things she always wore. I've got this safe driving charm I've been wearing for over a year now. If I ever get into an accident, it guarantees it'll be the other guy's fault.
Isn't it supposed to stop you from having an accident in the first place? Oh, Gumshoe. This was found close to Dusky Bridge, wasn't it?
That's what that Ernest guy said, yeah. Where the defendant flew over the burning bridge. According to his testimony, she dropped it when she landed on the other side.
But this crystal didn't belong to Iris. The crystal had dropped out of Miss Ellie's stonium staff.
There are traces of blood on it, too.
The real question is, what was it doing near the foot of Dusky Bridge? Alright, I didn't realize. I think... Yeah, we didn't get a chance to talk to Gumshoe, did we? Okay. I do not think I'm finishing both parts of this investigation today. Hey, look! It's my attorney's badge!
Haha, good one, pal. You're always good for a laugh with your little badge. But a real man has a police badge.
God dang it.
Hey, that looks good. Is it a cough drop? I tell you, pal, I've had a sore throat all day.
No, that's my Magatama. Can't eat it.
Oh,
At least he doesn't just put stuff in his mouth first and ask questions later anymore. What about this, Detective Gumshoe? Any thoughts?
yeah. Well, it's pretty chilly today, huh? My brain doesn't work properly in the cold.
Perhaps we'll just have to wait until summer when it's warmer.
Oh no, my brain doesn't work properly in the heat. I'm kinda weak in the head.
There are some things you shouldn't advertise, Gumshoe. Especially in front of her. Alright, that's the same thing. Do you know about the graving? Do you know anything about this scroll, Detective?
Well, I know it smells great. Yeah, this is just the kind of weather for some steaming mashed potatoes and gravy. I really love that stuff. It's so much that I can even smell.
Have you nothing else to say about this than your inane ramblings about gravy?
Not really.
Let's leave it at that, okay? I'm trying to figure out, like, is that meant to be miso stew? Did they have... It could also be just, like, they had beef stew. Because they talk about having a pot roast with mashed potatoes and gravy, so it just says, might be curry. Oh, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Curry does make a lot of sense. And they're talking about it being like a comfort kind of food, too. I could see that.
She sure was a mysterious person. Her real name, her past, it's all a complete mystery.
Still, it strikes me as odd. Why would someone who wishes to remain anonymous become an author?
You know what probably happened? I bet she didn't know her books were gonna be such a success. That's what I think.
Now I want curry. You do like your curry. I don't think I've ever actually had curry in my life. None of the older people in my family like it, so... I should see about what places are nearby and just do something when it's only going to be like me and my brother. Actually expand my gastronomic experiences. Nothing about Iris's hood. Nothing about the weather data. Thank God this doesn't have a lip thing, because I'd feel bad about it. Strong preference for Japanese curry, though other curries are great too.
I didn't follow the ins and outs of it, but it turned out that this wasn't the murder weapon, right?
What Sister Bikini saw is right. No, it's not. She said the murder weapon was thrust into the victim up to the hilt, but the bloodstains on this aren't consistent with her story.
Don't worry, pal. I'll uncover the real murder weapon. If I haven't turned it up by spring, you can take my badge.
The case will be long over by then, Gumshoe. Victim staff.
That staff belonged to the victim.
Yeah, and apart from the crystal missing from the top, there's nothing wrong with it.
Oh, I just remembered something important. This is just between us, okay?
Is it going to have anything to do with the case, Detective?
Well, no, but it's really...
Then I'm not interested.
Yes, sir.
Nothing about the autopsy report, which is not weird. Nothing about Iris' testimony, which is also not weird. Nothing about the tracks photo, which is not weird. What do you make of this photo of the crime scene?
It's really gruesome. All I gotta say is that the killer is messed up in the head. But it turns out the Shichishito thing wasn't even the murder weapon. So then, why would someone stab it in the victim like that?
That's the mystery we're here to solve.
It was like a circus today in court. All thanks to this little sketch.
At the risk of repeating myself, you really ought to choose your friends more carefully, Phoenix Wright. Okay, I know Larry's a bit out there, but he genuinely wants to help Iris. I'm sure of that. You wouldn't produce this for no good reason. You are nothing more than a marshmallow on the inside. The both of you? I mean, I think that is pretty accurate of Francisca to say that both Gumshoe and Phoenix are marshmallows on the inside. Crystal Sphere. Just found close to... Didn't I read this?
That's what that Ernest guy said, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I did read that. Okay. Alright, and profiles.
The situation hasn't changed. We still don't know anything about Maya's whereabouts. She's gotta be in the Sacred Cavern, though. That's the only place left. I heard it's real cold in there. We've gotta get her out fast, or it could be bad, pal.
Isn't there anything you can do, Detective?
What are you talking about?
Huh?
We're already on it. You couldn't get a faster response from a computer. Mr. Godot put everything in place right away. That guy doesn't mess around.
Godot?
Yeah, the coffee-drinking mystery man who didn't show in court. I gotta say, he's totally made me rethink my perception of him, pal.
I don't think... Did you say anything? I think it's the same thing, but...
She cross-examined me once, you know. Yeah, that was us. The big guns locking horns. Witness versus lawyer. It was a battle of cunning tactics and tricks.
The witness isn't supposed to play any tricks.
I can't believe she's gone.
Okay. I thought that one hasn't changed, but it might have been different because Phoenix has insight into that now, but I guess not.
Apparently, the girl was trapped over here since the night of the murder.
Did she say anything to you about Maya? She wouldn't tell me.
She's not gonna tell me something if she wouldn't even speak to you, pal. She was real upset. She wouldn't stop crying.
Phoenix Wright, look sharp and go comfort that poor young girl. I will, trust me. I will. Aww. Oh, Pearl. Pearl's gonna be the clue that busts this whole thing wide open.
That guy's got more mysteries than a choose-your-own escapade book, pal.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I already know.
I can't believe he skipped the trial like that, without even getting permission. He'd have been fired for sure if he worked for a normal company.
Never would have expected the prosecutor's office to be so lax. Don't get the wrong impression, Phoenix Wright. More importantly, doesn't it strike you as odd that the police are unaware of that man's medical situation? Of course, being extradited from hell is a tedious affair. The meticulous regeneration and adjustment of all your internal organs is, well, let's just say modern medicine allows us all to live to a ripe old age. Even someone like me. Please, let's not do, like... I didn't think Godot and Francisca back-to-back would psychic lock me the way it has, but... Yeah, why is he hiding that from everyone? Additionally, it raises another question. Why did he choose to tell only you? Yeah, why did he?
Hey, you wanna hear something, pal? Come on, I know you do. Maggie says she's gonna buy me a new coat.
Oh my god. Sorry, I'm getting an update on my ship. I need a moment. Really? That's great.
Yeah, I think it's to say thanks for helping her out during that last case. Which means I can finally chuck out this stinky sweat-soaked rag.
You mean you don't have any special attachments to that coat? And after all the effort I took to mail it back to you from Germany?
Ah well, I'll be sure to take good care of it once it's retired, sir.
I'm astonished she didn't get whipped for that.
She's a sweet old lady. She doesn't look like the lying type to me.
But there was a problem with her testimony, wasn't there?
Yeah, but I don't think it was her fault. She was just trying to say the right thing, and it came out wrong, that's all. I know what it's like. Happens to me all the time.
For a detective, you are completely lacking in powers of observation. Yeah, I mean, this is just true.
She sure was a...
Oh wait, this is the same one we've had before, yeah.
I don't know. Well, I'm not so sure anymore. The clues we found today have turned this case all topsy-turvy. I can't see how Iris could have done it now.
Oh, how interesting, Scruffy. Sadly, I don't share the same sentiment. Prepare yourself well for tomorrow, Phoenix Wright. Why does every prosecutor want to burn me at the stake so badly? Alois Donim. Oh, man.
He was Miss Elise Donim's apprentice, or so I heard.
Well, I suppose you could call him that.
That guy drew a portrait of me, you know.
Well, lucky you, I suppose.
Yeah, but I had to pay him 50 cents for it.
That's pretty awful.
You aren't really enthused about this guy either, huh?
Well, he made a mockery of the court today. And I'm almost sure he did it on purpose, too.
Wow, what a beauty, huh? Yarg!
What was that long pause for, Scruffy? That one almost feels like an artificial whip counter.
That's a real nice brooch she's got, too. Grr!
Gumshoe needs to learn how to give compliments faster than Franziska gives lashes. 95. Man, I feel like I farmed like 15 whips from just shoving all this stuff in Gumshoe's face.
I haven't seen Mr. Edgeworth for about a year. Talk about a long time.
Do you know why he moved overseas?
I don't know. Probably to look cool.
Huh?
There's a lot of weight attached to doing research overseas, you know. Once I've done my stint in Paris, you'll have to call me Monsieur Gumshoe.
Ah, my brain. People really don't get Edgeworth, do they? It's his own fault for not explaining anything about himself. Alright. Oh boy. That was an adventure. Investigation. So how's the Inner Temple investigation going?
We have the best forensic team in the world working the place.
Forensic team? And what was the outcome of this scientific study?
Nothing. Scientifically speaking, the place is as clean as a whistle.
That's simply not good enough, Scruffy. Do you think I'll let you get away with that?
Uh-oh. Well, there were a couple of things that bothered me when I first got here, sir.
That stone lantern in the surrounding area that's not covered in snow, correct?
They look kind of fishy to me. You know, scientifically speaking. So I got the lab boys to look them over. The results were... it's kind of hard to say, actually.
I guess I better look into them myself. Maya. About Maya?
Oh, did Mr. Godot tell you yet?
Yes, we heard.
He's got a search party out looking for her, but there's nowhere else she could have disappeared to on this side of Dusky Bridge. All we can do is wait for Mr. Edgeworth to get here, pal.
Edgeworth?
He's escorting Iris, the defendant, over here.
We'll have to wait, since she is the only one that opens the door to the sacred cavern.
Oh, I think Mr. Edgeworth wants to talk to you about something too, pal.
Huh? I wonder what it is.
Just don't be expecting any good news when you talk to him. When I spoke to him, Mr. Edgeworth sounded so down, it felt like I was drowning.
Sounds pleasant. Bloody writing. Maya. So these letters are written in blood?
Yeah. What's worse is it's the victim's blood.
Huh? This is Miss Donim's blood?
We haven't done a detailed analysis yet, but it's looking that way, pal.
Most interesting.
Phoenix Wright.
I presume you know, don't you? That Maya's name is written upside down.
You know what? That was really bothering me too. But I just came up with the answer. The result of my own special gumshoe investigation.
Really? Do tell.
Well, on the night of the murder, that stone lantern was upside down.
Anyway, there's really only one logical explanation to this mystery. Miss Elise Donim wrote these letters herself, in her own blood.
You must be joking. That's impossible. From the writing in the victim's blood and the other clues left behind, it seemed pretty likely that this garden was the scene of Miss Elise Donim's murder. At least, that's our current theory on how the events took place, pal.
What? Oh man. Truly, this couldn't be the final case of the first trilogy if we didn't think it might have been Maya instead, right? Like, we can't have Iris be the defendant the entire time. Just slap the side of Maya's picture. This baby can hold so many false murder charges. True crime scene.
So Miss Donim was killed here? However you want to look at it, that's what people are saying now.
Then, what Sister Bikini saw in the courtyard at the main temple was... Well, what was it? That wasn't the scene of the crime. What did she see?
What do you think, Miss Von Kerma?
Surely a special gumshoe investigation would reveal the answer, no? '96. Wait a sec. The bloody writing and all the other clues here. Someone could have easily set all that up after the murder, right?
Sorry, but that's not an option, pal.
Why not? How quickly you forget, Phoenix Wright. Ever since the incident occurred, this place has been completely inaccessible because Dusky Bridge was completely burned out.
I was overseeing repairs to the bridge the whole time. No one came over here before me and my men. Which means no one could have planted all this stuff here, pal.
Ugh. I can't think of a counter-argument to that.
I knew it. I should have washed the blood off the lantern as soon as I got here.
This really was the scene of the crime. But I need to figure out exactly what it was that Bikini actually saw. We didn't get anything new from this, right? Alright. Okay, nothing here. Inner Temple Gate. Alright. Oh, he's not here. Okay. February 9th. Hazakura Temple, main gate. It seems you have a visitor. Mr. Wright. Iris! I'm really glad to see you. Godot managed to mobilize the police by claiming a state of emergency. Not him again. Never mind him. We've got to hurry and unlock the sacred cavern. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. It's my fault someone so important to you is locked in there. Mr. Edgeworth, Can we finish our conversation later? Alright. Let's hurry to the inner temple then. I'll see you later, Wright. Wait, Edgeworth! I'm coming with you guys! Sorry, Wright. I can't allow you to come with us. What? I hate to be the one to break it to you, but Maya Fey is in a rather delicate position. What do you mean by a delicate position? This isn't simply a rescue operation, right? It's also an investigation. That being the case, we can't allow members of the public to interfere. Come on, Edgeworth. If anything happens, you'll be the first to know. Please understand, Wright. But it's Maya! Mr. Wright, all that matters is that Mystic Maya is rescued, correct? I listen to the voice of reason for a change, Phoenix Wright. From now on, consider anything beyond Dusky Bridge to be off limits. We'll be going now. Excuse us. She spent 3 days meditating under the waterfall, and now she's a popsicle. Going to have Gumshoe thaw her out with all these water heaters. Ugh. This is no time to be standing around, Phoenix Wright. Are there other things that demand your attention? She's right. Thanks for reminding me. Aww. Francisca kind of cares. In her own way. With a whip. February 9th, Hazakura Temple, Main Hall. Sister Bikini looks like she's shrunk some since I last saw her. Don't be so rude, Phoenix Wright. What's wrong, Sister Bikini?
My. Hello, you two. How are you doing? Wah-ha, wah-ha-ha-ha-ha. Ma.
From the sound of that sigh, I guess she's still pretty down.
Iris was just here, you know. She was accompanied by that handsome crimson-clad prince.
Is she talking about Edgeworth?
It was just a courtesy call. I wasn't allowed to talk with her at all. Oh dear, it's all my fault that this has happened. Poor Iris. She was worried about my back, would you believe? What have I done to her?
Only what you had to do, sister. You bravely and truthfully testified about what you saw. There's no shame in that. And we'll see to it that your testimony wasn't made in vain when I get her convicted of a guilty charge and sentenced to death.
Well, I don't hear anyone else saying that. Mr. Bluesuits doesn't seem to share your opinion, I see.
Huh? Me? Oh. Gee. God dang it. I mean, she's trying to help in her own way. Oh, yes. You did great, Sister Bikini. Thank you for... How absolutely spectacular.
You two are the only ones who've said that to me.
Can't shake the feeling that I just became a shill to a shrew. Do you have a problem, Phoenix Wright? Sure, she was brave to testify so truthfully like that. But I know she's still hiding something. Guess it's time to break those psych locks of hers. Is it? Do we really... I mean, do we have enough to know that that was Maya's mom? Not everything new to say, right? No. Sister Bikini, do you mind taking a look at this?
Oh, what are you doing with that? Give it back at once.
I can't. This is evidence. This really must be one very important item. Oh, I guess we just gotta go. Oh my. Elise Donim. Sister Bikini, the truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. I'm convinced that Miss Elise Donim had a special significance to this temple. As to why she had a special significance, I believe it has to do with her true identity.
What on earth are you talking about? She was. Mr. Elise was an author, just an author of picture books.
To be honest, I had my suspicions almost immediately after I met her.
Suspicions.
Wow. Yes, but I didn't have any evidence to support my theory, though. But now I do. This piece of evidence proves Miss Donim's true identity. I mean, this must be this one immediately, right? Right? Miss Donim had this charm with her at all times.
Kerg, where did you...
This isn't some cheap good luck charm either.
Then... What do you think it is, Mr. Wright? What could a talisman like that possibly mean?
It's a talisman, is it? Interesting.
Oops.
This thing speaks volumes about who Miss Donim really was. This talisman and one other item unequivocally prove Miss Donim's true identity. Is it? Yeah, because it says the symbol on it, right? Yeah. The painting is obscured by this gravy stain at the moment. This scroll shows the master of the crane channeling technique. The crest at the top is a sign of that honorable title. The very same crest that adorns the talisman the victim carried with her. This crest is reserved for the master of Karain.
Who on earth told you that nonsense? I've got no idea what you're talking about.
The new master, Maya Fey, told me.
What? You mean that acolyte is Misty Fey's
Daughter? Yes.
Shit. Are you sure?
Yes. In fact, since her eldest daughter passed away, Maya is Misty Fey's sole successor.
Mystic Misty!
Oh, okay. Damn. Those broke easy. I don't mind that, though. Like, I don't think they do that all the time. So I think there's something to be said for the fact that, like, it was a really closely held secret, but it only takes a couple things to just break her open. At least don't him.
Mystic Elise graced us with her presence about a week ago. When she showed me the talisman with that mark on it, well, I nearly fainted. No one had seen her since she disappeared 17 years ago, after all.
What is the significance of this talisman, sister?
The Karain talisman is the symbol of the master of Karain. The bearer must carry it with them always until their death.
Until the death?
So,
So Elise Donim was really Maya's mother, huh? Wow, that's really awkward when I tell her.
she was Misty Fey, the master of the Karain channeling technique.
The truth comes out at last. It looks like we're making some headway here. Tell me, sister, after 17 years, why did she choose to show herself now?
Because something happened that called her out of hiding.
What happened?
Well,
What's happening? It can't be.
earthquake.
Oh,
Oh my goodness, the inner temple. This kind of tremor might...
the inner temple?
The sacred cavern in the training hall. It might very well cave in.
What? Maya! It seems to have passed. Well, we can't just stand here and do nothing. Let's go. What? Where? To the inner temple, of course. Where else? Sister Bikini, we'll finish this later, alright?
Of course, you run along now. People may have been hurt. I must get some first aid kits ready.
Come on then, Phoenix, right? They won't bar you from entering as long as I'm with you. Thank you. Right at that moment, I had the worst feeling in my gut. We just had an earthquake. I wonder if he's alright. See, look at... You look worried. Are you thinking about Miles Edgeworth? Come on, let's go. So, on one hand, Phoenix really worried about Maya. On the other hand, oh no, his boyfriend is scared of earthquakes. Doesn't even think about the fact that Iris is there, too. Which I think that is... Well, whatever. It's a little bit weird, really. He has a lot of people there he should be worried about. He doesn't think of Iris, he doesn't think of Gumshoe either, which that's kind of rough. We've got to hurry to the inner temple and... Right. Ah, what are you doing here?
How could I help?
How do you expect us to understand if you don't speak up? Okay. Somehow, Francisca has gotten the whip counter to triple digits in this single case. Truly, we should not underestimate her power. Yow! Hey, why am I the one getting whipped? She's gone. No. The defendant, Iris. She's gone. Gone where? She fled. She escaped. What? What an interesting wrinkle. Iris fled. Oh, sorry. Apologies. So, it was just now, during the... It's easy to see Edgeworth's one and only weakness. His fear of earthquakes. I should have known better than to escort the defendant alone. As soon as the ground started shaking, everything went dark before my eyes, and I stupidly passed out. That incident haunts you to this day, doesn't it? That's no excuse for letting the suspect get away. I can't believe I let it happen. Right. The inner temple area is a dead end, so she could have only escaped to this side. If we haven't seen her, then we need to get a manhunt underway now, and search Eagle Mountain from top to bottom. Wait, Edgeworth. Have you thoroughly checked the inner temple yet? Don't be ridiculous. Why would I? The inner temple is like an island. There's no way to escape but to cross. No, that's not it. Iris isn't the type of person to run away, Edgeworth. What are you talking about? Sister Bikini mentioned something when we were with her. She said that the sacred cavern might have caved in because of the quake. Then you think Iris might have gone to the inner temple to check on the situation? Listen, Edgeworth. Sorry, that was the wrong way of it. Listen, Edgeworth. I'm sure she's at the inner temple. A manhunt is not necessary. Right. Let's not waste any more time. We need to get to the training hall sacred cavern now. Alright, let's go. February 9th, Inner Temple, Training Hall. Fortunately, the sacred cavern hadn't caved in, but what we found was something none of us could have ever expected. How the fuck is it more locked? How can there be even more locks? What is the meaning of this? Iris. Iris, please tell me. What the hell is going on? To be continued. Holy moly. That was long. Okay. I need to take a break. Part of me is like, I could call it here, but if the second part of the investigation is also going to be this long, I want to get it started. So I'm going to take a small break here. I'll be back in a little bit. Give my voice a tiny break and drink some tea. Actually, no, wait. I always do this. Sorry. Let me not leave you on the quiet save screen. February 9th, Inner Temple, Training Hall. Okay. Now I'm gonna go. Even though I don't feel like this is the most relaxing music to listen to, but it's something. Be back in a bit. Alright. Hopefully I didn't just mess things up. Oh, boy. Oh, this one's really going. This is... I mean... At the time, this was meant to not just be the final case of this game, but the final case of the series. So it had a lot of weight to it. Honestly, well, I do think there's a couple cases that you could say might be better. I don't feel like, except for maybe the very first game and its final case, you have another one that feels this load-bearing. Because once you get to Apollo Justice or any of the spin-offs, there's more of a like expectation, like maybe we're starting something with this, you know? Right, is this what Godot was talking about? Yeah, the trick lock. Now then, Iris, please remove these at once.
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm afraid I can't. It's not possible for me.
What? During the earthquake, when the cavern was in danger of caving in, Iris escaped. Have you tried presenting evidence to the locks? Maybe that's what we're gonna do next. They do look like the psych locks, except with a 9 on them. Or as Edgeworth would say, the psycho locks. During the earthquake, when the cavern was in danger of caving in, Iris escaped. And I know that there was only one lock when I last came here. So you're saying that you can't undo the new locks? Yes. If only I was stronger. Edgeworth, how are you feeling? You look a little pale in the face. Like you're one to talk with your face all green. Miles Edgeworth, go and get some air. I'll watch over the suspect. You go and get a grip on yourself. Don't be ridiculous. I'm perfectly fine. There's no telling what sort of mistakes you could make in your current state. Good lord, the whip counter is going crazy. Go and get some rest. That is your only concern now, Miles Edgeworth. Understood. I'll handle the investigation in the garden. You take care of things here. Edgeworth. He's got so much pride that he's probably off crying in a corner of the garden. Pride is simply another trap that hinders us in our lives. That said, one must have pride to be effective on the job. At any rate, it seems that this is where we part ways, Phoenix Wright. I'm going to stay here and see if I can't help solve these bothersome puzzles. I see. Well, thanks for your help. Now then, do you mind if I ask you a few things, Iris?
No, not at all.
Oh, are these all new? I mean, this might be because we have Iris here too. It's an antique dresser. Don't you dare open it, Phoenix Wright. Now I know how Maya feels when I tell her not to touch things. What a pity. It's just full of old clothes for the acolytes. Thought we weren't opening it. Okay, that's the same thing. Is this going to be the same thing? Okay. This going to be the same thing? Now, this has got to be different because it's the locks. This door. When I was here earlier, there was only one lock, but now there's 5 of them. Those chains, it's almost as if they're guarding something inside that cavern. I've never seen locks quite like these before. I have. I've seen locks and chains just like these before. Look just like the ones that guard a person's secrets during a psych lock. I wonder if these locks are guarding something too. No secrets in a dark cat. Okay, that was all basically almost exactly the same. Ooh. No, I'm going crazy. Okay. Oh, dang, you looking cute, Iris. Okay. Could you take a look at this for me, Iris? Yow! The locks are far more important at this moment. Wouldn't you agree? She's right. Going to have to hold off on asking her about things for now.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright.
Okay. You know what? I appreciate that. And honestly, I feel like this game is taking about the same amount of time as the second game, despite having 5 cases of that game's 4. And I think this is part of why, where in the first game, they tried to give like everyone something for a couple pieces of evidence. I think in this game they were like, no, I'm not gonna write some little fun bits of dialogue for every single character. Some of them I will, other times someone's gonna tell you no, move on. Escape. Why did you make a run for it, Iris?
I'm sorry. I heard the inner temple had been severely shaken by the strong earthquake we had. I was so worried. I just had to come and see.
In other words, you didn't run away to escape the law. At least we're clear on that.
I can't tell you how relieved I was when I saw the sacred cavern was all right, but
what?
then I saw these chains here. I saw all these extra locks that someone had put on the sacred cavern's door, and who in the world would do something like this?
Damn it, Gumshoe. But no, trick lock.
These trick locks are a sacred treasure of the Korean tradition. There are hundreds of ways to set them. That's why only the person who set the lock can open it.
And you aren't the one who set these locks? I don't think it's that simple, Franziska von Karma. When we were here the first time, there was only one lock. But now, somehow, there's 5 of them.
What does that mean?
It means that someone wanted to secure the place even more. And they wanted to secure it before you got here, Iris. Presumably because they wanted to make sure Maya couldn't get out. This means that Iris can only open one of these locks. The first one.
Yes, that's correct.
What? Iris, try to think, please. Isn't there any way around this?
Well, like I said, there are hundreds of different ways to set these locks. I suppose if I went through every combination with each one, I could remove them, but...
It will take time, won't it?
Yes, about a day, if I had to guess.
A whole day? Well, that's better than leaving the locks in place. Will you do this for us?
Sure, I'll do whatever I can.
We've got to wait another day? Hang in there, Maya. You're going to have to call on your inner strength now. Night of the crime. You know what, Iris? There's still one thing I don't quite get. And what might that be, Phoenix Wright? I think it's obvious. Iris, on the night of the murder, where were you? Please, Iris. Don't give me that look. Like, it's really cute, but not helpful. You told us that you were in your room at Hazakura Temple at the time of the incident. But you were seen that same evening at the Inner Temple. And then, you were spotted at the scene of the crime in Hazakura Temple, too. Being spotted at both Hazakura Temple and the Inner Temple, it's as if you were... Well, Iris, I think it's about time you told us the truth. Oh my god, you mean you can have less than 5 psych locks on something? I knew it. There's something going on here that we don't know about. Oh, don't look at me with the tears in your... Okay, fine. Hey, Edgeworth, how you doing? February 9th, Inner Temple Garden. The cops are still combing the place. They look pretty nervous. I'd be nervous too. It's gotta be a tough job. Especially with someone giving you the evil eye the whole time. No. How could I have done that? Wow. Can't believe it's still bothering him. Edgeworth? Ah! Hey, don't you dare run away. What do you want, Wright? What do I want? If you came here to laugh at me, then get on with it. Go on, laugh away. I was ready to hug it out with him, but he's just the same prideful Edgeworth. Hug it out with him, you say, Phoenix? Oh. You went back to the Criminal Affairs Department, right? You said you wanted to look into something concerning Iris. Yes. Thanks to what I found, I was reminded of something terrible. Edgeworth, talk to me about my attorney's badge. Is that your attorney's badge? Interesting. Never imagined I'd ever see you wearing one of these, right? It's because of you that I became one, Edgeworth. Not that I have any regrets. I really don't. If you're trying to say thanks, you can start by saying it a bit louder. What do you think about this, Edgeworth? Sorry, Wright. You're a defense attorney, and I'm a prosecutor. It wouldn't be right for us to discuss things so intimately. You were acting for the defense in the trial today. I'm actually kind of surprised Edgeworth didn't have anything to say about psycholocks, but... Another victim we know nothing about. Him as always. I hope you'll tell me if you know something about our mystery woman, right? I know that at least Donan was no ordinary visitor to the temple. But a true identity could be a useful weapon for the defense. And I can't give that away just like that. Iris gave that to you, didn't she? Yes, and it really works. Helped my fever go down quicker, I'm sure of it. So you say, but your face is as white as a sheet, and sweat is running down your cheeks. Anyway, it seems to me like there's something going on between the two of you. Actually, I don't know exactly why. There's something about Iris that just tugs at me. I can't figure out whether I feel like I know her or don't know her at all. It's really weird. Well, just remember who you come home to at the end of the day, okay? What bitch? But no. Weather data, no. Victim staff. I'm sure he has something to say about Larry's drawing. About the autopsy report. Nothing about her and that. Shaq's photo. Get that piece of filth out of my face. You're still mad, huh, Edgeworth? I know a thing or two about Larry Butts. Just like you. We both know he likes to act up. But this, even he couldn't make something like this up. This is what he drew, then this is what he saw. As unbelievable as it may seem. I know. That's what I think too. Every time. Every single time I see that guy, he's in it up to his neck. I knew it. Edge was so mad as a hornet at Larry. A hornet? Silk Song? But no. That was the dumbest shit. Sorry. The funny thing is, I think those might have just been profile things, honestly, that were tied to evidence. I don't know Maya Fey very well, but it seems to me that the girl is always landing herself in trouble. Well, it seems to me that you know her better than you think. I do sincerely hope she's going to be alright. One of the biggest names in the world of law, as I'm sure you'll agree. For better or for worse, you were only destined to meet once in the courtroom. I know. I read all about it. It was the first time for the both of us. Two novices, head to head. I can still remember how downhearted I felt after that trial ended the way it did. I wonder if Mia felt the same way too. It seems Pearl was trapped on this side of the river on the night of the murder. Did she tell you anything?
Listen, Wright, she's just a kid. I can't force things out of her. You'll have to be the one to find out what she knows. He's something of a legend, I hear.
Don't say it like you don't know anything about him. Tell me what you know.
It's a bit strange, actually. If he really was anything special, I should have heard about him by now. I'm always well informed about the rookies coming into the prosecutor's office, you know?
Then you mean he isn't anything special?
You should already know the answer to that. Although, there is one other possibility.
What's that?
He could have come into the profession from a different channel.
What different channel?
There's more than one way to become a prosecutor, right? Perhaps he started off as a defense attorney, but decided it wasn't for him.
A defense attorney? I didn't even know you could switch sides like that. Don't be crazy, Edgeworth. Oh, that's silly.
I was just with Detective Gumshoe. I treated him to some pasta.
You owe him that much. After all, it's your fault his salary is so low.
How's it my fault?
And look, if you're going to buy the guy lunch, please get him something decent, okay? Gumshoe practically lives on pasta and noodles already.
Well, I did order some extra Parmesan cheese on top. He was crying tears of joy as he dug into it. It was quite moving.
All you have to do is give the poor guy a raise. Oh, poor Gumshoe.
It's crossed my mind once or twice that her testimony might be a bunch of lies.
There certainly are a lot of problems with it.
The thing is, as far as I can tell, she has no reason to deceive us. I believe she did meet the defendant at the Inner Temple and witnessed the murder too. The one in the Hazakura Temple courtyard in any case.
Okay, that one was the same.
Apparently, Iris was taken in by the sisters here at the temple when she was a child. However, we still don't know much about her past, so we're looking into it.
That reminds me. Edgeworth went back to the Criminal Affairs Department to look up some stuff on her. I should ask him what he's found.
Apparently, he had become something of an apprentice to at least known him.
Yes, something like that.
He did this portrait for me earlier.
That's great.
Let's just leave it at that about Larry, alright?
Looks like someone's still mad at the butt for his performance in court today.
It's been more than a year since I last saw Franziska myself, but it seems that she's been dying to see you again.
She really said that?
I believe she wants to eat you for breakfast, or to put it another way, whip you silly. Literally and metaphorically.
Oh.
Go on, let her have her way. It would make for a great anecdote about my trip.
Forget it, Edgeworth. Aw, look at these two flirting.
If you want to know how to run the perfect trial, there's a lot to study and learn.
Oh, is that what you're studying about right now?
I've sat at the prosecutor's bench for trials in 5 different countries now. The first thing you must do is gain complete mastery of the language. It's quite a task.
I'd never get anywhere then. It's taken me a lifetime to sort of master one language. Alright. The investigation. You guys are putting a lot of effort into the investigation of the garden here, huh?
There's a high chance this is the actual scene of the crime. That's why.
You mean because of the writing in blood? And the talisman in the snow?
Exactly. As you know, those things couldn't have been planted here after the murder.
But surely, you don't suspect Maya, do you?
We have to treat everyone as a suspect. Maya as well as Iris. It's our job, right?
Earthquakes. So, I guess you still haven't gotten over your fear of earthquakes.
No, though thankfully my nightmares have stopped. But still, if the ground gives even the slightest tremor, I find myself short of breath.
17 years ago, when we were little school kids at the same elementary school, Edgeworth found himself in the middle of a murder. It all started with that big quake that hit the courthouse. Hey, they brought it back. Look, it's baby Edgeworth. Yes, I was stuck in the elevator with my father, who was a defense attorney. By the by, I don't think she's actually gone back to watch it. I think it's safe to say. We're gonna see more of Gregory Edgeworth when Katie gets around to the second investigation game. It's actually a lot of fun. Yes, I was stuck in the elevator with my father, who was a defense attorney. We were deprived of oxygen and we passed out. That's when it happened. That single gunshot shattered my whole life. I lost everything that day, all because of that earthquake. My dreams, my family, and myself. It's been more than 17 years now. And that case was finally resolved 2 years ago, right? Because of me. You think I don't know that? I was there. But it was such a shock. I never imagined I could be so wrong about myself and my life. I'm sorry, Wright. There's nothing else I can say. Not after you chose to become a lawyer for my sake. Not after you saved me. Edgeworth. You're stronger than you think, so no more of this self-pity, okay? Give me a kiss. But no. Like, there is tension between them, obviously. But also, there's a lot of tension between Phoenix and Iris, too. It's so weird. Listen, this is the one bisexual icon Phoenix Wright game. Iris. There was something that bothered me about her from the moment we met. I felt like I'd seen her somewhere before. No, wait. Not somewhere. I felt like I'd seen her in court before. She went back to the Criminal Affairs Department to look for her file. Yes, I checked over every case file I've ever worked on. And I was right. I had seen her face before. 6 years ago. 6 years ago? It was my first appearance in court. And as cases go, it was my worst nightmare. So, who is she? I'm sorry, Wright. I can't give that information away to a member of the general public. What? Why not? It might be the crucial piece of the puzzle that solves this case. The woman I knew was the daughter of a jewelry store owner. She had nothing to do with Iris and Hasakura Temple. And neither did the case. No, that woman is completely unrelated to this murder. Unrelated? Yes, I can say that with complete confidence. You're wrong, Edgeworth. She's totally related to this case. I need to fill Edgeworth in. I need to explain the connection between Iris and the woman Edgeworth knew. I don't... I must have to come back here later. Alright, well. Oh wait, this is all gonna be... Well, Edgeworth might say stuff for this. This might be new. I suppose you've noticed that Maya's name is written on this lantern. It's pretty hard to miss, you know. It's written in Miss Donim's blood. She was probably forced up against the lantern by the killer. Then with her back against the lantern, she wrote that name with her finger. That's why it's written upside down. You think the victim wrote this herself? Isn't that the obvious conclusion? But why would she write Maya's name? I don't think that's something I want to discuss with you. Why is this the only area with no snow? Someone must have cleared it away. What other explanation is there? Of course, I played the what-if game as well. When I asked our trusty bungler, Detective Gumshoe, he said it wasn't him. I suppose Edgeworth has a point. Whoever cleared the snow away must have had a reason to do so. I just can't imagine what the reason could be. Wait a second. Am I realizing that Maya is ridden a little bit high up on this lantern now? I didn't think about that. These are torches of the naked flame variety. I guess you need all the light you can get up here in the mountains. Accordingly to Detective Gumshoe, they were lit on the night of the murder. Well, Maya was training up here, so there's nothing strange about that. Except, apparently, they don't light these torches for training sessions. Huh? I heard that too much light isn't conducive to spiritual training. Oh, I didn't know that. Not gonna talk about the broom at all, okay? A little lantern, a little statue. It's small, but the whole place is incredibly well kept. There's just one thing that's troubling me. Everything else is covered in snow or frozen over, but the ice in this bowl has been broken by someone. Maybe one of the detectives washed their face in it or something? Don't be ridiculous, Wright. No detective would be that careless at a crime scene. Ooh, he's really angry. I'd better not say it was Gumshoe or his salary's gonna pay again. There's a charm or something poking out from the snow. Looks pretty old. There's a leather cord tied to it, too. It belonged to the victim. We're sure of that now. It's going in the evidence room once the investigation is over. So hands off, Wright. You don't need to tell me that. Well, our dear friend Larry just tried to steal it when no one was looking. Oh, I probably just wanted something to remember his esteemed teacher by. No, he also probably tried to steal it. Like, this is Larry Butts we're talking about here. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna have to come back and say hi to Edgeworth later. Bye, Edgeworth. Bye, bestie. February 9th, Inner Temple Gate. I'm finally getting to the bottom of this case. I can count on Iris to break those locks, so I should try to gather more clues. From Sister Bikini, Edgeworth, Gumshoe, and Pearls. That's an anchor for one of the wires that used to hold up the bridge. I guess it must have snapped during the fire. You can see Dusky Bridge from here, and it feels like an unusually long bridge to me. I guess the gorge is too wide to cross with a piece of rope or wire. In other words, no one has crossed in either direction since the night of the murder. Which means that scene in the Inner Temple's garden couldn't have been set up by someone. Look at all the Buddha statues lined up along this path. Looks like one of the cakes someone left as an offering is missing, though. I guess Gumshoe couldn't resist the poor guy. Okay, on one hand, that does sound like something Gumshoe would do. On the other hand, Pearl was stuck here for over a day. Maybe she got hungry. There's something strange about this incinerator. I'm sure there was snow in it the first time I saw it. That, and the door's open. Someone's been burning something, that's for sure. It's a shame there isn't a trace of what it was left inside. On the other side of that little gate is the garden. Edgeworth is probably still in there, crying softly to himself. I guess we better hug it out and talk about what he's uncovered so far. I can't read it very well, but I think that sign says Inner Temple on it. Maybe it says Training Hall. No, maybe it's not that at all. Maybe it says the Bridge of Dawn. I really should get back to work. I can't wait for the Bridge of Dawn, the sequel to the other two Ike games, but no. Oh man. I'm excited. I hope that the gameplay is better than Three Houses. The Fire Emblem tactical gameplay. I didn't mind the building the students aspect at all. I thought that was actually a pretty decent way of ripping that all off. Like I like that take on the Persona style system. It's just the actual like tactical gameplay. Engage was so much better. Maya has got to be inside the sacred cavern. She's just got to be. I hate feeling so useless. It's driving me nuts. But I need to look for clues so that I'm ready when we finally get her out of there. Okay, is that everything here? Oh, and I think I didn't leave anything over here, really. Okay. Suspension bridge. February 9th, Dusky Bridge. It's weird that there's no one around all of a sudden. Sure gets quiet up here in the mountains when you're all on your own. Speaking of alone, I guess I should go check out the shack just down this path. Maybe I'll find Larry there sulking again. That thing looks like it's ready to collapse, at least more than it did before. According to Bikini, Eagle Mountain is very prone to earthquakes. I had a feeling something bad was going to happen, and sure enough, it did. Yep, Edgeworth definitely couldn't live up here. There's a narrow path going off in a different direction than that of the main hall. Looks like someone's taken the effort to write "to Heavenly Hall" on the signpost. No clues here. It looks like it's about 20 yards to that cliff over there. But I can't see the inner temple from here. I really hope Maya's okay. I know this is all basically the same, but on the off chance it's different, I'm gonna read through it. Hasakura Temple doesn't have a single private phone line. There aren't any houses in the area, so I guess Bikini is the only one who uses this. I really wish I brought my cell phone with me. Now it really is more of a dusty bridge than a dusky bridge. That kidnapping incident happened here 11 years ago, so maybe it's cursed, too. That, I don't think had anything changed, though. Let's go to Heavenly Hall. February 9th, Heavenly Hall.
Oh, Mr. Nick.
Pearls, what are you doing here?
Nothing. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright?
Well, we don't know yet.
Oh, I see.
Hey, what do you think you're doing here, Nick? Larry, why are you alone with an unguarded 9-year-old girl? This is the Loser's Shack, where losers get together to lose themselves. This is the what? Hey, we find comfort in each other's failures, okay? You got a problem with that?
Look, Mr. Nick. Mr. Luis did a picture of me.
That's, great, Pearls. We're going to gather firewood now. We'll be cooking some half-rotten potatoes over a miserable little campfire, so stay out of our way. I don't believe this. Why can't you try getting fired up over becoming a better man? No one believes a word I say anymore. Listen to me, Pearl. You don't want to trust this kind of guy, okay? He'll only let you down.
Oh, Mystic Maya.
Oh, Pearl. Look at this graffiti scrawled right on the front of the shack. At least he managed to get a pretty good likeness. When I really think about it, I guess art kind of suits him. I mean, his very existence is an art of sorts. That stuff is really ruining the beautiful atmosphere around here. It's so inappropriate. It's just a bikini in a bikini. Ooh, I've got to think of the kittens. Oh, this is all the same, I guess. Snow is really piled up on the straw roof. It's otherworldly, like something out of a fairy tale. Well, the roof part anyway. The sign says Heavenly Hall. I guess it's pretty fitting. You spend a night in this little freezing shack, you'd probably find yourself at the Pearly Gates by morning. I mean, the Pearly Gate is wherever Pearl is. These steps lead up to the foot of Dusky Bridge. Coming down is a singe, but going back up doesn't look like a walk in the park. I'm starting to understand why rivers always want to flow downstream, not up. This is the famous Eagle River. I got to try out its rapids the other night. They say it has a really strong current. And they weren't kidding. It's both powerful and fast flowing. I was dead lucky. I mean, lucky not to be dead. Alright. Well, Pearl, I get the feeling that when I try to present stuff to her, Larry's gonna shut me down, but we'll give it a try. Pearls? It's no good. She's in no condition to look at anything for me right now. Oh, okay. Larissa's sketch. Larry, is there something you want to tell me about this picture? I've got nothing to say to you, Nick. My life's here now, with Pearl. Two losers cooking potatoes together forevermore. And you know, in 9 years, maybe she'll really be attached to me and oh my god, Larry, no. I shouldn't put that on Larry. Although I can't say that that doesn't sound like something he would say. What am I going to do with him? Alright then. What do you think about this picture, Pearls?
I think it's really well drawn. I can't draw at all, so I think it's really amazing.
See? Someone appreciates it. It's tough getting the flames to look like that, you know.
It's supposed to be Sister Iris flying through the air, isn't it? I love it. It's like a dream, a wonderful fantasy.
No. It wasn't a dream. She really flew. I'm telling you, Iris really flew that night.
But Mr. Maurice...
Not you too. Please don't look at me like that, Pearl. Don't look at me like I'm some kind of nutcase. I beg of you. I guess this picture really is a representation of what Larry thinks he saw. Okay, so I was half asleep when I was here that night. But I was wide awake after the lightning struck, and I saw what I saw. It was exactly like I drew in the picture. And it looks like I don't have any choice but to take this sketch at face value. Hey, what's with the look of doubt on your face? Oh, don't like sad Pearl. I just want her to cheer up. Day of the crime. Pearls?
Yes, Mr. Nick?
I've been meaning to ask you about the night of the murder. Where were you? And what exactly were you doing when it all happened?
I was just, well, I'm just a kid, you know. I'm sure it doesn't really matter what I was doing, does it, Mr. Nick?
Sorry, Pearls, but yes, it does. On the night of the murder, we were supposed to be in Miss Donim's room reading a book together. But Miss Donim was murdered and you, Pearls, were at the inner temple. So what exactly happened that night, Pearls?
I'm really sorry, Mr. Nick.
Pearls, no! Oh, shit.
I've been a bad girl.
Aw, it's 5 Cyclops, too.
That's why I'm being punished.
What are you talking about, Pearls?
My spiritual power. It has disappeared.
What? Your powers have disappeared? What do you mean your power has disappeared, Pearls?
It's all over for me. A spirit medium who can't channel spirits is like a painter who can't paint.
Hey, what are you looking at me for? Pearls. Did you try to channel someone's spirit right here at Hasakura Temple? Tried, but failed, perhaps?
Oh.
Way to go, Nick. You made her cry. That was really cruel of you. Just as I thought. I'm going to have to break her Cyclops to get the truth out of her. Well, I guess we can't do anything else here with Pearl. Oh, God. Okay, let's... Gumshoe and Bikini, I guess. February 9th, Hasakura Temple main gate. I wonder if Sister Bikini is back at the main hall yet. I haven't seen Gumshoe around for a while either. Maybe they're having a cup of tea together somewhere. So, I bet Gumshoe is Sister Bikini's type. I mean, I could see that. But also, don't put that on Gumshoe, Phoenix. You can see the main hall from here. Sister Bikini should be back by now. We were interrupted earlier by the earthquake. I think I should go pick up our conversation where we left off. I wonder what this thing was used for on the night of the murder. There's only one key to the snowmobile, and Iris is the one who had it. So I have to wonder if it was her. But she says she never left Hasakura Temple that night. This is one impressive gate. It's pretty grand for something that belongs to a branch family of the clan. I bet they make an exorbitant amount of money here. I mean, that whole special course thing has got to be good business. Ugh, no. I'm starting to think like Maya. That's a pretty cavalier way to think right now, and she's still possibly dying, Phoenix. It's a quaint little bell tower. Never would have thought that something this horrible was about to happen when Iris rang the lights out bell that night. Alright. To the main hall. February 9th. Hazakura Temple, main hall.
Well, what's the damage? How is the sacred cavern?
Looks like it survived. But we have a bigger problem now. I told Sister Bikini all about it. About the 5 locks that were stopping us from getting inside the sacred cavern.
But who? Who could have done that? The only people who know how to set those trick locks are those of the Korean tradition.
We have Iris at the sacred cavern, trying her best to open them for us right now. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to talk with you about, Sister Bikini.
Oh yes, we were in the middle of a chat, weren't we?
Yes, you were telling me how the Master of Korean disappeared 17 years ago. I want to know why Misty Faye suddenly appeared at this temple.
It was about a week ago when Mystic Elise... No, I mean Mystic Misty arrived. After she showed me the talisman that proved she was the master, she said...
Oh man, okay.
Someone is trying to destroy the Korean tradition's main family line. I am here to put a stop to them.
Someone was trying to destroy the main family line?
There is only one heir to the title of master at any time, and it's usually the eldest. That child becomes the new master of Korean, and her daughters the main family. All other mediums become branch family members, with no hope of controlling the clan. That's why nothing has changed throughout the history of the clan. Branch families always have and always will plot to erase those of the main. Those of the main.
God dang it. It's okay. I gotta get to the end of this. I think 2 days of a lot of Bikini back to back. Big mistake. But we're almost there to the end of this.
Those of the main family line.
Is the power of the Master worth this much bloodshed? The cold air is getting the Sister Bikini. Ah, she did tell us about that. I guess we'll examine all this stuff again, even though I think it's going to be the exact same. I bet the writing on these sliding doors are instructions for spirit channeling. Kind of like how we scribbled math formulas on the bathroom walls to remember them. Except we couldn't go to the bathroom during tests, and I can't read these walls. I've only seen a layout like this when I saw this really old Japanese movie on TV. Wow, this hibachi brazier really puts out a lot of heat. Just thinking about how happy we were, sitting here eating pot roast and gravy. Oh. It's a stack of straw zabuton cushions. Maya told me this type of zabuton is called enza. Oh, apologies. Hiccup right then. Suppose if I'd never come here, I'd have missed out on all these new things. It's an altar. It looks a bit old, but someone does a good job taking care of it. Speaking of altars, I remember seeing one like this in Korean Village last year. I guess they really do have something to do with spiritual power after all. There's a laughably large Magatama on the altar. I can see Cyclops with the tiny Magatama I've got. I can only imagine what kind of power this bad boy has under his hood. Alright. On the bright side, I don't think I've gotten anything new. Also, this updated. Elise Donim, age 49. She was only a year older than Bikini. Real name, Misty Faye. Maya's mother and master of the Crane channeling technique. Crane channeling technique.
You believe in the technique, don't you, Mr. Wright? You know its power is real.
Yes, I do. It's been 2 years since I first met Maya. That time, I've seen her channel the spirits of the dead plenty of times. During the Mask case. And during Maggie Bird's trial, too. Thanks to Maya, Mia's always on hand to help me out when I need her the most.
The Karain technique has made a huge difference to the world, you know. I mean, the ability to commune with the dead. That's true psychic power, you know. Members of the tradition have always been there, behind every important leader. Who wouldn't respect such a tremendous skill?
Well, I suppose so, but with all that power and influence, I kind of expected you'd be really rich by now.
Are you saying we're poor, Mr. Wright? Oh, you're very direct, aren't you? People don't believe in it anymore, you see. All because of one little mistake.
A mistake? What mistake? Phoenix, you know about this.
It was 17 years ago. That's when everything came crashing down. All because of that incident.
That incident? Is she talking about what I think she is?
I'm sure the records still exist if you're interested. Locked up, of course. It was called the DL6 incident. That's the name.
Wow.
That's the name of the file.
The DL6 incident. I knew it. DL6 incident. The DL6 incident. I know it well. I handled a related case just 2 years ago.
Ah, that's right. So it was you who was the defense attorney on that case.
A murder that took place 17 years ago.
It was the first time in... It was the first time in the country's history the police ever used a spirit medium.
I will say, I was planning to wrap up soon anyways. I'm going to be done after Bikini. But I do want to get past her. Okay. I ran out of tea. This might have been a two cups of tea stream. But hopefully water will help me ease through these last few minutes.
The idea was to channel the victim's spirit to learn the identity of the murderer.
And the medium who performed the channeling was Misty Faye, Maya's mother.
Through Mystic Misty's channeling, the name of a certain man surfaced.
Yanni Yogi.
Armed with that as evidence, the investigators were spurred into action.
But that man, he was found not guilty, wasn't he?
That's right, he was. And the case remained a mystery. In other words, we failed. It was the first case the world had ever seen the Korean tradition openly involved in. It was all over the... It was all over the media, the public, the judiciary, the people of Korean village. Everyone judged her. Everyone said Mystic Misty's powers were a sham. And then she just disappeared, vanished, while everyone still thought of her as a fraud.
But I know the truth. Misty Faye's spirit channeling wasn't a sham at all.
Of course it wasn't. And since you managed to reveal the truth, we're finally making a comeback. The Korean tradition is starting to recover at last.
Oh my god, please, throat. We're almost there. I know it's hard.
But with a new master wielding the power of the clan.
Does she mean Maya? Family feud.
The spiritual power of the Korean channeling technique is in the blood.
Maya's told me the exact same thing before. Oh my god, do I even remember how to do your voice?
We, the women of the Fae clan, have always been spirit mediums. It's because the power to communicate with spirits flows strongly through us.
According to Maya, only the women in the family can inherit that power.
The main family's bloodline stems to... The main family's bloodline stems directly from Mystic Ame, but with each new generation, only one daughter becomes the new master.
And the ones who don't become branch families, right?
That's right. It's always the cause of tragedy.
You know, Maya had a sister too. The older sister named Mia.
Oh yes, I've heard of her.
What? You know about Mia?
Of course, she became a lawyer in the hopes of discovering what happened to her mother.
And lost her life as a result.
Do you know what Mystic Mia is rumored to have said? She said it wasn't only because of her mother that she became a lawyer. She also didn't want to fight with her sister over the leadership of the tradition.
Really?
Well, she saw what happened to her own mother, Mystic Misty, as she grew up. I guess Mystic Mia got tired of seeing all the rivalry between her mother and her aunt. That vicious bitch, Morgan.
Oh wow, my voice could not do Morgan. That's right. Misty Faye had an elder sister too. Misty, having superior powers, managed to usurp the master's seat from her.
Mystic Misty's sister is Mystic Morgan, as you probably know.
Morgan. Oh, there's a name I know well. It was a year ago now, at Maya's home, Crane Village. What she did was terrible. It was all so she could make her own daughter the next master. But we're not going to show you, you're going to just see her silhouette.
I suppose if you know about Mystic Morgan's daughter, then you must have already realized that Iris...
Huh? Iris? What's Iris got to do with any of this?
That Iris is Mystic Morgan's daughter.
Iris is what? Is she kidding me? Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter? Morgan and Iris. Did you just say that Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter?
Oops. I thought you already knew. It sounded like you'd met one of Mystic Morgan's. It sounded...
Oh my god. Sorry. I can only imagine how awful that sounds. Because it doesn't sound great on my end already. And I know when you hear your own voice, you only hear it at a fraction of how bad it sounds unless you hear it played back. Oh. I think we might be done with Bikini after this, though, so at least going forward, I'll be clear.
It sounded like you'd met one of Mystic Morgan's daughters already.
Ah, I have. I know her very well.
Oh?
Yes. Pearls. Pearl Faye. But I always thought she was an only child.
You just... That child. She's Mystic Morgan's. I had no idea. Mystic Morgan. Man, I'm kind of shitty at my job, aren't I? But she's in prison now, isn't she?
Yes. Ever since she was found to be a co-conspirator in a murder case last year. It was all done to set Pearls up as the next master.
I see. So I've been wrong all this time. Mystic Morgan had...
Oh, man.
Mystic Morgan had 3 daughters, not 2.
Wait, what? 3?
Yes. Iris, her twin sister, and Mystic Pearl.
What? Twin sister?
Oh, didn't you know? It all happened 20 years ago. After the clan leadership was taken from her by her sister, Mystic Morgan's life crumbled. It wasn't many years later that Corain's reputation hit an all-time low, when Mystic Morgan's husband realized his wife would never become the master. He left her in the village, taking their twin daughters with him.
How awful.
He was a jeweler, you know. In the end, he remarried, and that's when it happened. He decided to give one of his girls up, to be looked after by us here at the temple. That was Iris, you see.
It's unbelievable. Virus has a twin sister. Could it be? Could you tell me one more thing, Sister Bikini? What was the name of Iris's sister?
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I just can't remember. All I can recall is that her father was a jeweler. I can't just tell you it's Dahlia Hawthorne right now.
Oh my god. Ugh. Well, that's a clue, I guess. A jeweler. Oh hey, weird how Sister Bikini suddenly just started sounding like Edgeworth or Phoenix or anyone that gives Chris a break. Maybe they right then did the game. Ah, thank you, Dill. No, it's fine. We're almost there. I thought this was going to be a shorter sequence than it was, but thank you very much. You've helped clear up a lot of details. Pearl said 2 older sisters, huh?
Yes, that's right.
Well, half-sisters, but...
No doubt it was all because of Mystic Morgan's anger towards the main family.
Anger? What do you mean?
Her twin daughters were taken from her by her jeweler.
Ooh.
Her twin daughters were taken from her by her jeweler husband, but even that couldn't destroy her dream that a child of hers would one day lead the clan.
That's why she had pearls?
It seems that the incident here was a result of Mystic Morgan's anger. It was able to break free of the bars that confine her.
So Iris has a twin sister. The plot thickens. This information will be useless unless I can flesh it out a bit. I need to ask more questions and get some more info. Oh my god. Oh my god. Phoenix. If she has a twin, you know who it has to be. It's... Okay. Anyways. As I said, I figured this was going to go long, and it has. But we did get through the first part, and I'm going to say we're probably at least halfway through the second part, where we have now found out that Dahlia Hawthorne is the evil twin. Which, you know, that's always a fun little gimmick. Hey, there were 2 sisters in the flashback case. It could be the older one. This is true. Actually, is that the trick here? No, I'm joking though, obviously, because they look the same. The one that doesn't look exactly like Iris. Although, is that the gimmick here? That's not the joke they do here, is it? Mandel, I think you're joking. But now I'm like, is that the case of what they did? Because, admittedly, there's the hair color thing, but that makes no sense. It is weird. Okay. It's still a little bit of a tangent. But there is a risk you run in these kind of things, right? Where sometimes it's easier... I really don't remember from the anime. Because it's easier in something like this, because you have limited assets, right? It's why we knew that Francisco was going to be the prosecution. Because they weren't going to make up a whole new character. Because that's an art asset. And they would have to do so much for it. You just reuse what you have. But sometimes the simplicity of design of these things can be a curse with that. It's kind of like how sometimes when a character is supposed to be ambiguous to know what their gender is, how they present themselves versus how people will assume, it can be really hard to tell sometimes because there's only so much they can actually indicate. Sometimes it's actually pretty good. It depends on the breadth of the artist drawing too. Oh man. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. I'm gonna go rest now. Um, I might stream after Katie tomorrow so that we can finish the investigation. Because that way, I can theoretically finish this next week then. Because the final trial day of this is going to be multi-part too. Because, I mean, every single part of this case has been multi-part. It's a big one. There's a lot of things that keep coming up, and a lot of things are getting tied together. Morgan said she'd be back, and even if she's not here at the moment, we're still feeling the impact of her just messed up personality. But that'll be then. For now, this is it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Good night.